I think we are live. All right, three, two, one. Fake clap. Welcome to the Afrotaku podcast, episode 66. I'm Mr. Good Guy, aka MGG, and I'm joined here by my co-host, who will introduce himself starting right now.
Hey, it's Player 5.
What up, what up, what up? I am Gramps.
All right, let's jump right into it. Player 5, you got a story time for us, right?
Yes, I do. Your boy Player 5 was out and about on a cruise. And cruises they usually stop at some place like in the middle of the cruise for people to get off and do stuff. Our stop was in Mexico. Okay. Your boy likes to smoke a little of the ganja. You know what I'm saying? Very legal where I'm at. Not so legal in Mexico.
Very illegal.
Very illegal, in fact. And so they knew that. They knew that off. I knew that off top, that it was illegal. The other three people I was with, so it's a group of 4 black people. We knew that. We knew what we was getting into, but we was on our American shit. Fuck that. We about to go out here and smoke anyway. You know what I'm saying? So when we get off, there's this downtown area. It's like a very small town, but it has like a packed little downtown area with all types of tourists. They over there partying. It's loud. I was like, all right, bro. I'm thinking I'm gonna be respectful. I was like, I don't like the smell of weed smoke. Other people shouldn't have to deal with it. Let's go off to this empty middle of nowhere area and just smoke there. So we nobody's problem, right? So this town is it go from like a touristy Mexican place to the hood favelas real quick. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, all right, we take maybe half a block. We're half a block into the hood before we start smoking. Half a block before the cops instantly pull up. We ain't really been smoking. We just started and the cops pull up instantly. So I'm like, all right, bro. This some video game shit. We walk past a video game barrier and boom, the cops pull up. So I'm like, all right, bro, fuck it. I had 2 choices. I was like, I could throw my weed on the ground and keep walking. Or big brain thought. I was like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this shit up in this tree. And ain't nobody going to expect the weed to be in the tree.
Right, because it's a shrubbery and shrubbery.
You feel me? That's what I was thinking, okay? Spoiler alert, dumbass choice.
It didn't work.
Never make that choice. All right.
That shit fell out instantly.
It didn't fall. It didn't fall. It didn't fall. I just didn't think niggas was paying attention to me, and they were. So you learn from Uncle Player 5 first here. Just throw that shit on the ground because the other person threw their weed on the ground. They shit ain't get found. Cops pull up. They like, hey, bro, you was smoking a weed? I was like, me?
Now you was
no. I was like, me? Of course not. I was like, what? Weed? Not this guy. And then, bro, the other cop comes out the car, goes right to the tree, pull that bitch down. When I tell y'all, it's still smoking. It's still lit. So he was like, so this ain't you?
Damn.
I was like, okay, yeah, that's me.
Hold on, bro. Nigga, you 6'5".
Mexican prison.
You couldn't put it somewhere out of reach for all these people?
Hear me out, bro. It was the perfect spot was maybe a little bit up. He probably had to bunny hop to get it, but it was there. But then the better spot, I would have to climb up the tree. That would have been too obvious, right? I just tried to put it up there real quick. Nobody's gonna look up for Reed. I was wrong. He looked up, found that shit. My shit's still lit. And he so this not you? I'm like, damn, all right, bro.
Officer, I never saw that weed in my life. What you talking about?
I was like, we could, bro. We could. I already knew because then I look at the other people next to me, and so the first officer was like, hey, you come over here. Let me talk to you since this is your weed. And then the other people over me, I knew it was cooked, right? Because my nigga senses started tingling. I was like, it's 2 options that's gonna happen right now. I'm about to do the race, or he gonna chill. You know what I'm saying? And in my head, I was like, oh, I get off on bro. I was looking at him, his legs this big. I was gonna get off on bro. I'm gone. But then I look back at my homies, and they sitting there. They letting bro rummage through their shit. They instantly just open their bags up. Here you go, Your Honor. He looking all through their shit. I was like, oh, they not running, bro. It's not in their heart to run, bro. So I was like, all right,
go in that Mexican prison.
Right? And then bro was like,
hold on.
Go ahead.
Oh, so just for extra context, because I'm surprised by this. All these people went to high school with you
Yes.
because this is a high school reunion trip.
Mm-hmm.
So these niggas are from Chicago, right?
Yes.
So they
No. Well, so technically it was a high school reunion for the high school I didn't graduate from, which is in like the middle of nowhere.
Oh,
This is the CM.
Yeah. You could have been on it, bro. so this is also a cautionary tale because you could have been right there with us, right?
Facts.
So shit. But yeah, like so I knew it was cooked. They getting their shit rummaged through, and then the officer he pulled me to the side. Y'all know, for people that ain't seen me in person, I'm big. I'm like 6'5". Bro, unbuckle his shit. He got hand on pistol. Ready. He talking to me like this with his shit ready. I'm like, whoa, bro, you don't even need to do all that.
He said this
Like,
nigga. He said this nigga big.
Pop you in your thigh.
He said this nigga big. As soon as he swing, I'm shooting his ass.
Ain't no swing. I was gonna dip, but I was like, all right. And he was telling me, he was like, yeah, this is very illegal in Mexico. He's like, we gotta take you to the precinct. Y'all got to go to jail. He's like, we caught you with it. And I was like, yeah, that's not happening. I was like, all right, bro. And I leaned in close to him. I was like, bro, check it out. You don't want to do this paperwork. I know you don't. Nobody likes paperwork. I'm not trying to go to jail, bro. I was like, how about this? I can slide you 20 and we can be on about our way. We'll never smoke again. Bro, look to the left. Look to
We
the
gonna lie.
And he was like,
You
you
gonna
know
lie?
what?
Never again.
All right, fuck it. I'll take it. Because I'm like, bro, because he didn't throw the weed out. He didn't trash it. I like, he about to smoke our shit. I like, bro, you about to get some gas, some straight gas that I know y'all ain't got out here. And you're going to get 20 piece. That's 400 pesos, bro. I'm like, bro, just come on, let us slide. And he was like, all right, bro, y'all can go ahead. I was like, I could tell from everybody else. I was like, y'all was about to be giving y'all shit up. I was like,
They would have been booked.
Yeah, it sounds like you're ready to go to Africa. That's
Same shit.
Yeah, that's basically it. I mean, the cops stop you all the time just to bribe you for shit. It's
I'm
it
ready,
is.
bro.
If you go visit Nigeria, you're prepared.
That's part of their. That's part of
They just
part of
gonna
their.
stop you, say, "Oh, we gonna take you to prison," and you go, "Well, I got a little bit for you." And they're like, "Oh yeah, I guess we can make these charges go away."
Damn, that's just part of their traveler's fee, huh?
Facts.
Tax.
Yeah, it's a tax
You feel
unless
me?
you got somebody that knows their way around.
Mhm.
Nigeria is not like that, but in Sierra Leone, like my uncle was in the military, so when they tried that shit, he was like, "Do you know blah blah blah?" And then they was like, "Y'all could go."
Oh, so you're telling me I could be like, yo, I'm cool with MGG and I'm good out there?
he had to be with us in order for that to work. Like they tried that when we were leaving at the airport. They stopped us, and then some dude was trying to do the like bribery hassle, and he said, "Oh, what's your name?" Dude said his name, and he said, "Okay, I'm blah blah blah," and he was like, you could see the look, the fear in this nigga's eyes of like, "Oh, I just fucked up." And he was like, "Oh no, y'all good, y'all can go." He said, "Oh, thanks," and he kept it moving.
Hey, y'all heard it
Bro,
here first, bro. All I heard was, hey, I'm with MGG.
Hey, that would be like who?
Who? Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones.
Hey, moral of the story, you know, if you're gonna be doing something illegal, be prepared to do something illegal to get out of it. Because
Right.
I just gotta say, for all the people that's goofy and like you're an American, you go somewhere smoking weed, knowing you can't, you just gotta, bro, stop being. You a criminal now, bro. Get with that thuggery. You feel me? Or don't do what you're doing. Plain and simple. So
Or get yourself a player 5 who knows how to run the game.
that's it. Hey, and
Because
be ready.
that's what all it is.
If you're a player 5, no, MGG, he know the game. Because with player 5, my first instinct was I'm doing a dash on these niggas. Like, the only thing that stopped me is I look back and my homies was not in dash appropriate like mindset. So I like,
and your ass would have been shot, my guy.
they ain't got aim like that. Them niggas
You don't buzz. You only running when you know the streets, my guy. You in Mexico, you don't know where the hell you are. Your body parts would have been on the black market. I swear it would have been.
I'm hitting that corner. I'm gone.
You would have hit that coin. You would have hit that coin. It would have been a dead end. You'd have been like, damn.
It's
Bro,
not even
bro.
just that. He would have took off, and then the Japanese sumo wrestler would have been in his way. And he would have been able to follow him and then keep running at the same time. You know what I mean?
That's my
He would have been
anime.
like, "Oh, you in the way? Boom! Knocked him on the ground." So he won the sumo match on top of that, and then
On top
kept
of that.
going.
And it would have been a Yokozuna, right?
Right? Exactly.
Hey, at least they know the lore of Player 5 is like that. All facts. And I'd have bodied that nigga. I'd have leapfrogged his ass.
You'd be like, right? Yeah, like, oh, I have enough time to do a sumo match real quick while I'm running away from the Mexican police? Sure.
Actually, there's one last part to the story that I think is hilarious. And that's why you got to accept God's plan sometimes. You feel me? Because when we went back to the downtown area that we tried to avoid, literally half a block in, some random dude was like, "Hey, bro, y'all want to smoke some weed?" And then he was like, "Oh, yeah, I got this place where we can smoke it where the cops won't come." Just like that. If we'd have stayed on the beaten path, we would have never had to experience this.
So you're telling me that wasn't a setup, though?
I don't think it could have been. That could have been a finesse. I mean, but
he would have got your ass.
They didn't make anything off of us though. They just they was like, yeah, in this bar, if you go to this area in this bar, you can smoke weed. And we just
it's a part of the bar. Okay. I thought he was saying, yeah, just follow me a couple blocks down. I got this spot. I'd be like, oh yeah, you better get robbed.
A dude who you know how some people like promote like the bar and stuff like that. He was like, yeah, smoke weed in our bar. And he was telling us how like they see people all the time get booked and go to jail for like smoking weed from there all the time. I'm like, moral of the story, hey, slide that 20, bro, because you're not trying to go to jail in another country.
Big facts.
Right, especially not a Mexican country.
Thank God for the American dollar.
Why did I say it like that? Why did I say it like that? Mexico is a country.
Hey, remove that, editor, remove that.
That was a fumble.
Like, especially in a...
All right, let us move on to the next topic, which is a new section where it's, what do we want to call it? What have I been on? So it's just us going over some of the stuff we've been watching, playing, or any interesting tidbits in our life that we wanted to share since the last time we saw y'all. So who wants to go first with what they've been doing?
I mean, since mine is first up on the list, I guess I can go. So what I've been on, okay? Y'all know my favorite things to do is to watch shows and play games. So I'll start with the games because I'm kind of not that much of a gamer. So I just got on Jedi Survivor, and it's late. And I know people like, why was I late? Because I play Xbox and it's free on Game Pass.
Yes,
so
sir.
I was just gonna wait.
That's how you picked it up.
That's how you do it, bro.
So you know,
Did
shout
you
out
play
to
the
everybody
first
that
one?
bought it. You said what?
Did you play the first one?
Yep, on Game Pass. Yep.
Oh, okay. And you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. You know,
I actually bought that one. I actually bought the first one.
Yeah, I bought the first one too. I have not played Survivor yet, though.
Oh yeah, it's decent. It's like the first one. It's really like the same game except like continuing it. So that makes me like it because I'm like, oh, I hate when people do sequels, but then it's like it's too different. I'm like, bro, but that's not what I signed up for. You know,
right?
You know,
I wanted more of the same, but you figure out how to not give me exactly what I wanted, but give me exactly what I wanted.
And they do that perfectly. It's like, hey, bro, it ain't exactly what you wanted because they don't go back how some games go back and somehow you're weaker. It's like, no, you start off basically as strong as you were.
Where you ended.
But they like, but we got to do shit. And it's decent.
Right. To make it harder. Yeah, okay.
I feel like they made the game actually harder itself, though. I feel like it's kind of more closer to like a Dark Souls type of game.
I agree.
Yeah.
Another game I play, and I would suggest this to anybody in couples, especially couples where you can play games, is It Takes Two.
Yes, sir.
That game, so it's so funny, right? I was dating this girl, and we would play this game, and then like sometimes we would get into arguments, and then like when we were like actually beefing, that game was so hard. Like we got to this part, impassable. It was like, bro, this is why did they build this game? It is undefeatable. And I really, it's just because I was tired of her dumb ass. Right? When we came back to that game after we we chilled out, we calm, nigga, we bust that map out in like 2 minutes. We was like, what the fuck? How was this hard? What the fuck were we doing? I was like, no, we was just mad. And every time one of us fucked up, we were like, what the fuck was you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that game right there, like, if you a couple, bro.
That's a great game.
It's decent couples therapy. If I was like a therapist, which I'm not, I would be like, oh, y'all beefing a lot? Hey, play It Takes Two, bro.
No, here's the thing though. There's a list of games that are great for couples, or just two people that are super close to each other. Because It Takes Two, that's a great one. A Way Out. I don't know if you played A Way Out with your girl. That's another great game. There's a whole list of them. I definitely recommend. Yeah. We're gonna have to talk about that another time. Damn, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna toss out a bad one, but it was fun. Overcooked 2. I play consistently with my wife, and that game is great for destroying relationships, but fun as hell, man.
Have you played fun every time? Like MGG?
No, I watched her play it. She played it with her brother. And then now I think it's free on like the PlayStation Network. So I was gonna offer to play it one of these days, but no, I haven't played it. I just watched them play it. So I'm familiar with the game, but I have not experienced it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, shout out to Overcooked. That's all I'll say. Right. There's nothing like running a restaurant.
Fuck that game. On the floor. Fuck that game. I got mad at my wife. I got mad at my wife way too many times playing that game.
Look, everybody just gotta have a job, bro. You go into the game, you know what you're good at. Are you good at managing the hot stations? All right, give me the rice, give me the burgers. You know, are you good at cutting? You know what I'm saying? Can you serve? The ones that fuck it up is whenever they throw the dishes in there. They throw dishes in there on some shit that's already on bullshit, I'd be mad about that. I'm like, come on, man. Y'all can wash the dishes for us at least. But all this other bullshit y'all doing.
Right.
No, I love that game.
I might have to check that one out. And then the other game I've been on, I recently got back into playing League of Legends. It's a time sink. If you have actual responsibilities, children, wives, don't do it. But if you just like a me-ass nigga, hey, man, they added in this new mode. Shit fire. It's back. We back at peak league, baby.
Here's the thing I don't understand. I got a question. What is the game about? I've known about the game for many years, but I've never actually seen what the game is like actually about. Like, I thought it was just an online game where you're just playing against niggas and it's like a group of niggas fighting against a group of niggas and y'all trying to heal each other. But there's an actual story to it with a quest and all of that, right?
There's no story. There's like a lore to League of Legends, like all their characters and shit like that. But I wouldn't say there's a story, really. The whole point of the game is like it's a 5-on-5 game where there are like a map where there are 3 lanes, middle lane, top lane, bottom lane, and your goal is to push the other team back. Like you take their towers and you keep pushing until eventually you take their base. It's like a tower defense game. You know, like, oh, I don't want people to take my base. The only difference is instead of building like turrets and tanks for like your normal tower defense, it's like, oh, I have this character that goes around whooping ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that's the tower, huh?
That's my tower defense. You know what I mean? And it's just like 5-on-5, like trying to whoop niggas.
Okay.
Like a Dynasty Warriors nigga with tower defense. Like
it's Dynasty Warriors, but top down.
Okay.
That's what I would call it. And then real quick, I'll just speak on like some newer anime that I've been watching. First, Kaiju number 8. But I think you said it fall off in the manga, right? Do it fall off?
No, it's solid. I think it was gonna blow up when it dropped as an anime. To me, it's a little slower, but no, nothing I would say is like a huge drop off.
No. I'll just say that I think they do a good job with the animation. Just like off like what it is, I feel like it's Godzilla meets One Punch Man. Like that, I haven't seen that nigga not hit a nigga in one punch and they dies yet.
Oh, you'll see it.
Okay, bad.
It's coming.
I'm like, damn, I think the season about to be over, and every nigga has really been like, damn, his hands are like that. I don't want him,
right.
You know. But I will say that I like it just like One Punch Man, where like the side characters go crazy. Like the vice captain, the sword nigga, cold. He cold. He that nigga.
Yeah.
But then there's also Windbreaker for those of us that like delinquent anime. Amazing delinquent anime. basically hood niggas at a hood school beat niggas up, but turns out they like Black Panthers. They beat niggas up for the community.
For the community.
Yeah, so they like, yeah, hey, nigga, we gonna bang on the set, but also help that old lady take her groceries in. Cause
facts.
That's what.
Where you come? You come here robbing old ladies? What the fuck kind of hoodlum shit is that? We'll beat your ass. Like
they some good natured niggas,
right?
But I appreciate it because like so far the first niggas they fought seems like a carbon copy clone of Mikey and Draken. So
really? That's how you felt?
Yeah, I feel
was
like
this the weird?
ideals.
Oh, was this the dude that was like? Because I'm trying to remember. Hopefully, I'm not confusing it, but it was like a kind of a younger kid. I don't know what his hair color ended up being.
The little blonde. He was like the little blonde kid.
Okay.
And then like the big tall like clog heels wearing nigga.
Yeah, but the blonde kid was like on this like on board type of shit.
On board. He was like on some like, oh, I'm the best fighter, but now everybody around me weak, so I'm like going crazy. And to me, it felt just Mikey, where it's like, oh, everybody loved Mikey because he was like strong and whooped people's asses all the way to the top. Mm-hmm. And then once he got to the top, then there was that switch where it's like, oh, bro is actually like a psychopath. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a criminal.
Right?
He like murdering people.
So I feel like it was that same thing. And to me, I'm like, oh, that it would be cool if they just kept doing different delinquents. To me, that feels like they basically was like, this is what would happen if they pulled up on Tokyo Manji. They can clap.
I do think they do like a little bit of that, but I feel like that's almost every delinquent where they do try to like switch it up. But a lot of it is in the, I would say they pay more attention to the characters from what I can remember that they end up fighting than the other delinquent manga where it's more about the Japanese gang. So like you always fight a nigga from a motorcycle gang because that's one of the like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's just those archetypes. Yeah. That they have. So I think that they focus more on the characters and like there's a lot of stories similar to that guy. Like not necessarily like, oh, I hate fighting, but like, oh, the way you run this gang is kind of like weird. Shitty. So we're gonna beat you, right? Like, are you running based off fear? Are you running based off, you being the strongest? It's a lot of that.
Okay, bet.
But I enjoy it. It's good. And I think like the school system part of it too, even though like even now or where I was at in the manga, it's still not. I guess you could call it a power system, but not really. They don't do the best job of explaining it, but I like it.
Yeah, I like the animation. I'm not gonna lie. The animation takes it up a notch. Like they animated that show cold. And then another one I like. I don't know if y'all peep Viral Hit. Anybody seen that?
Mm-mm. What's that about?
Oh my god, Viral Hit fucking funny, bro. So basically, it's about this kid. He's like a broke high schooler. His mom is sick. He can barely afford to pay for her stuff. And then he goes to a school and he gets bullied. And Japanese bullying be brutal.
Yep.
But it's even worse because like the niggas like they call him a YouTuber. And he's like basically it's like YouTube. They knock off YouTube. And he's like a YouTube streamer. So then he's like bullying the dude. And then so eventually what happens is the dude is getting bullied to one point where he snaps and he starts whooping one of the bullies' asses. But it gets streamed.
Caught on.
Viral.
You got caught in 4K.
I'm viral. And then it starts going into like the being viral and like the things of YouTube, like even they break it down, like how much money you make per view and per comment, like all these things, where your ads, all that shit. He's like, no, like, because one of the guys is like, he's like the YouTube nigga. He's like, yeah, so we got to make a video at least this long. And we got to have ads here, stuff like that. And then he like, eventually, it started running out of money because he like, eventually people going to stop engaging. They seen your content.
Right.
He's like, so we gotta find new niggas.
You gotta be somebody else.
So they keep searching for that.
Yeah, he the Viral Hit. That's his channel is called Viral Hit. He like, bro, I find bullies and I run their thing. But he don't got hands, so he started getting his ass whooped. And then this nigga started learning martial arts from another YouTuber who wear a chicken mask. So he started learning karate from YouTube to go whoop niggas.
You sold me on that one.
Bro, Viral Hit funny. I'll be like, what? And then to me, the best part is how in depth they go into the mechanics of YouTube virality. It's just funny. I like this is a good show.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it. Okay, that's on my list now.
Oh yeah.
The description got me.
Yeah, the description.
So is that the anime, or are you saying you reading the manga for it?
Oh no, I watch the anime. You know, the
All
only
right.
time I'm reading manga is if it's like, yo, something for the podcast that we really fuck with reading is over with.
Yeah.
Or like right now and again, you find
the
out
youth,
what
man.
anime-
This is a guy who you have access to the future generations, and this nigga's reading.
Them niggas
Can't do it, boss.
This man go to class and be like, yeah, take all them books, throw them in the trash. We doing all of our stuff on YouTube.
Hey, bro, fuck books, fuck a book.
I'm telling you, gonna go to school and be like, what? Yeah, fuck. Mr. Player 5 said, fuck them books.
He gonna catch a kid reading, watching a video in his class or whatever. You gonna be like, "What you watching, kid?
Yeah.
Tell them get them subtitles off. We're reading this class."
You got detention. Motherfucker want to read in class. You got detention.
Can you believe he was reading?
While watching a video? What?
Crazy, bro.
Don't you dare watch that video with subtitles on.
I don't care if you can't understand what they're saying.
But yeah, that's really all I've been on.
All right.
You're not gonna put up Acolyte because I already saw you dropped it in.
Oh yeah. My bad. I forgot about Acolyte. Well. I'm gonna go ahead and speak on Acolyte. Star Wars.
How you feel about it?
It's okay. It's all right.
Really?
I feel like
I watched the first episode.
How you feel?
I can see myself watching it more, but I definitely see it being a background show.
Yeah, this is what I tell people. I think the biggest thing is probably going to be the mystery of it, and it's not good enough to carry itself week to week. Like, I don't even know what day it dropped. I'm not hyped for it, you know?
Right.
So I would say just wait till it finish, and so you can watch the whole thing. I feel like it's better if you could just watch, but it's not good enough to wait a whole week to watch. Like, no way.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But it's cool. It's Star Wars. Like, you know, if you're a Star Wars head like me and you understand Star Wars actually not that great, but I just love it because I love it, watch it. You'll love it. But if you like good stuff, you can wait.
Yeah.
You can wait.
All right. Good way to end it. I will not watch it because I have not watched a single thing of Star Wars. Believe it or
That's
not.
not where I would say start. If I would say start, if you've never watched Star Wars, watch The Mandalorian season 1. If you like that, you might fuck with Star Wars. If you don't like Mandalorian season 1, I don't think Star Wars will get you.
All right, that's a good recommendation. Shall I go next with my list? All right. So I'm just playing 2 games right now. I'm playing Octopath Traveler 2 right now. The game. So I played the first one like probably a couple years ago. I was very, very surprised with how much I actually enjoyed that game because of the artwork and the type of style of that game, whatever. But I definitely enjoyed it. So as soon as I saw that the second one came out on Game Pass, I was like, all right, we in there. Let's do it. So I've been playing that whenever I'm gaming solo. But whenever it's me and wifey, we're currently in Diablo 4 because we played Diablo 3 a number of years ago, and she completely fell in love with it. I'm gonna turn her into an official gamer one of these days. So right now we're in Diablo 4, running through some demons, werewolves, and all that good stuff.
That's interesting to find out she liked Diablo. What is she play?
Yeah, it is surprising, ain't it? So she is the what's the name of the class where the guy they shapeshift into a werewolf and a bear? A druid, I think.
A druid.
Yeah, she got the druid class. I had started the game by myself as a solo play, and I was like, well, if I'm playing by myself, I'm gonna go ahead and hit that young Arise, go with the necromancer. So did that, and the game is a breeze if you're a necromancer. Because you can basically just get a squad and they just run through everybody, especially when you max out their stats or whatever. Like, yeah, it's a breeze. So when she and I played together, I was like, okay, nobody can get the necromancer because you're just gonna be walking around and the other person's gonna be dying all over the place. So we can't do that. So we chose classes other than that. So that's what we planned together. As far as anime go, so I know y'all were talking about during the last episode when we talked about Goblin Slayer versus Gabbro. So I started watching Re Monster.
How you like it?
It's good. I like it. I thoroughly like it.
I
So,
figured it would be up your. I
so
figured you would enjoy it.
yeah, I love how. So this is something I was thinking about. This man is the cheek clapping champion in my book. No cheeks are safe.
Nobody.
He's basically they actually took an isekai and made it very realistic because he does exactly what most guys would actually do if we were isekai into another world. We would be clapping cheeks all over the place wherever possible, right? But the thing that makes it better for him is he actually takes care of his kids. So he ain't out here being a professional professional deadbeat dad.
I got one thing to say about bro.
What's up?
Yes, he doing what most of us do, which will be clap cheeks. However, with them humans, I'm like, bro, you really did kidnap them, bro. And they got Stockholm syndrome, bro. I'm like, you cool, you my bro, but we gotta call a spade a spade. You really kidnapped them, bro, and they got Stockholm syndrome. Send them people home, bro.
But did he kidnap them? Because technically, the rest of the gang kidnapped those chicks.
He the leader of the gang.
He became the leader of the gang after they were already kidnapped.
No, bro, because hear me out. They kidnapped them, and then they was about to clap their cheeks forcefully, and he said, "Nah." At the point where you can say no, you can't clap these cheeks. You're the boss, right? He put hands on niggas, and niggas knew, okay, we can't clap them cheeks.
Right.
He didn't let them go. He was like, "Oh, y'all not gonna get y'all police shot."
My God, if he would have let them go, they would have died. They're in the middle of a forest with all these wild animals. They had no chance.
He could have walked them home. He kidnapped them girls, man.
Not at the level he was, bro. You saw he barely made it past that bear before he leveled up. I'm pretty sure there were even more.
He chose to box the bear. You know what?
He did.
Deep into it.
They got into a real deep tangent, didn't it? Yeah. We're gonna have to have another discussion on it. Was it kidnapped or was it not?
Bro might have an open case. That's all I'm gonna
say. You're right. This is a good discussion for the future. So I'm also watching That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Now, the thing is, I actually had already saw because there are YouTube channels that are narrates what happens in different mangas and anime and so forth. So I listened to a little bit of it, a couple years ago. But then I saw it on Crunchyroll. I was like, you know what? Let me actually watch it legitimately. So I started watching that. Definitely enjoying that one. And actually, there's a part of it that actually made me think about a certain segment that we're going to talk about in the future. I'm watching Moonlit Fantasy, which I'm very highly surprised of how good it is. If you guys aren't checking that out, I would definitely give that one a go.
I think Juggle was watching that one. I don't remember. Somebody
I was thinking about getting into it, but I didn't get far. What is it about?
It's another isekai, which basically everything nowadays is an isekai, right? But it's a guy who probably looks very regular in the human world, but he gets isekai into this world where basically every human is extremely beautiful, and since they're all so beautiful, he's thought of as a half human, like a half monster, half human, because he's perceived as extremely ugly, that he can't be human. And when he gets isekai into the world, you know how there's always some type of goddess or whatever that says, "Oh, I brought you into this world to be able to save the world and everything." She looked at that nigga and said, "Nah, bro, you so ugly. You are not getting any of my blessings. I'm sending you to the very far edge of the earth. And if I ever see you, I'm killing you." And so she sent him to the other side of the world, made sure that he can learn all of the monsters' language other than the humans' language. He comes in extremely strong because his parents are originally from that world. Spoiler alert. And he starts to build up his own gang of non-human, half humans and non-humans. And I think I can't really get into much more detail other than that without spoiling the show. But it is surprisingly better than I thought it would be, especially given what the title was. Because I thought it would have been some lovey-dovey type of stuff or whatever. Mm-hmm. But no, not at all. Unfortunately, though, he is the opposite of God, bro, because he has so many opportunities for cheeks, and he's like, nah, I can't do this. I'm like, bro, you trash.
Sounds about right.
Oh yeah. And then so I'm a spider. So what? Watching that as well right now.
Okay.
You know, I got a question. This may get us canceled, but if you get isekai, like you die isekai, not transported, you die isekai and you're reborn in that world. If you young and you like, you know,
You going to jail, bro.
okay.
I already know where you going. You going to jail.
I just want to know what everybody else thought.
I didn't fully catch it, but I'm gonna go ahead and agree with whatever.
I was
Greg
saying,
said.
like, you know, if you reincarnated as a young nigga,
Yeah,
and you date somebody young, what's up? Is that illegal?
that's wrong, man.
I'm going with the older women. You can always still go for the older women.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's illegal because they
Or
can't
you could
vote
just
for you.
so
Depends on the rules of that world.
The question comes: if you reincarnate as a kid, do you have adult urges, or do you progress on that like a normal person? Like basically, you get horny when you're like 13, but if you're like 10, are you not sexually?
Okay, but
you know,
even still,
are you
right?
not thinking like that?
Let's say you get horny when you're 13. Cool, right? You got adult urges again, and you in a world where I don't know, doing it with a somebody around your age is acceptable, right?
Yeah.
But you're secretly like,
Yeah, I mean,
like you have all the memories from when you were an adult.
Right? Yeah, I feel like this is where it matters on who you are as a person, right? Because no one's gonna know but you, honestly, right? So it really depends on like, is that how you built or not? Personally, if I'm in that situation, I think I avoid dating people my age group. I think I just wait it out and go, okay, when I'm of age, then I'll, go from there.
You tripping?
At the same time.
You tripping? I've seen so many cases where there have been women going for younger guys, and I definitely would have been one of those guys pulling one of those older women in that isekai world. Because especially I know I would be much stronger. Because typically, if you're isekai into another world, there's something special about you that makes you completely separate than everybody else. So if I'm now the Michael Jordan of that world, I know I got some grown women trying to throw that box at me. I'm going for it.
That's still funny. Mentally is not funny, right? But from that world, and that's the other part too, like what's legal in that world and what's not.
Right.
But the optics of that world, that's also still like grooming. Like it still looks like a grooming situation.
Right?
You know what
Imagine
I'm saying?
you see
even though you in your head are like
12-year-old with a harem of 30-something-year-old women. I'm like, bro, what the
That's hella inappropriate. Right? But like in your mind, you're 30, and I get it. But at the same time, you're using, your 12-year-old body parts to do all the things that you're doing.
You feel me?
A little weird.
It's like it's real sus. Because I be thinking about Rudius. Rudius like says 16. Clapping cheeks. I'm son. Who's really a 30?
Who's Rudius?
Rudius is from Jobless Reincarnation.
Gotcha.
I'm like, bro, 16 and he married to the girl that was the same age as him. I'm like, son, the math ain't mathing, brother. You know what I'm saying?
There is a manga I was reading that explores that as well. It's this guy who gets reincarnated, same thing. But he chose the route of like, I'm not fucking with none of y'all till I'm of age. So eventually it comes out that like he's reincarnated and he tells everybody. But even then he just is like, yo, like, I get it. We grew up together because there's this like elf chick he meets and they basically end up growing up together. Yeah. So she has a hard crush on him. But he's like, look, girl, I'm not really going to pursue it because I really feel like I'm grooming you. Like, like I'm old as hell. And you don't get that I'm old as hell. You think I'm just like a friend and shit. But like all the things you like about me come from the fact that I'm probably just seem more mature for my age than I actually am. But I actually am that mature
because I'm actually that old.
Yeah, because I'm actually that age.
I'm like, bro, that's right there. That's the setup. I'm like, that's the part of the isekai. I'm like, they ain't talking about that. I'd be like, I feel like that'd be real awkward. Because like Graham said, you already the MJ of that world. Everybody want you. I'm like, bro, I would not want to deal with that.
Right.
I mean, but what are the repercussions on you as a person who just got isekai if you messing with the grown women though?
There's probably nothing but whatever the society at that point is, but you yourself know, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's just the mental, for real. Just like, it's to me like when you stop, while you in the moment, you probably good, but we all know about the post-nut clarity. You probably come down and be like, this sus as fuck right now.
So I'm a
You
little
know
weird
what I'm
about
saying?
that, right? And then you're also a hero. So what if you end up starting to set that example,
Right?
by proxy in
Facts.
the world?
Or what if somebody
That
finds
it's just
out, like,
okay
yo,
for a 12-year-old to
the
smash a
hero
hole
was
with-
actually some
You right?
30-some-year-old nigga that was reincarnated. Now
Right.
your legacy cracked. It's over with.
Yeah.
But I mean, but how though? Because they know that I'm a 30-year-old guy that got reincarnated into a child who's having sex with grown women. So they're like, so it's like
Fair. I mean,
that's what they're like. That's when they all toss it up. Like, is it really wrong? Is it not wrong? I'm like, I don't care. I got me some boxing in the 12-year-old body.
Right.
So y'all can go debate that. I'm gonna go over here and continue fighting the demon lord while y'all go have that debate.
wow. God.
I'm sure if that's not on the list, I'm sure it's someone's long name isekai idea around the corner. Like I fought the demon lord, but now I'm 12 trying to be in love.
Right.
Something along the lines of that.
that time I got reincarnated as a hero, but am I grooming?
Well, so if we go back to One Piece though, didn't that nigga Odin? Didn't that nigga have a whole harem as a little kid of grown women?
You talking about Momo or Odin?
No, Odin. Actually, Odin.
Oh, I mean,
Like,
to me, if he did, that's still weird.
Because he had a whole bunch of crazy feats as a child, even before he came into the real world and was knocking everybody out. I thought one of the things that they said about him is that he actually had a whole harem of women as a child.
Oh wow.
I mean, you're probably right. I don't think that it's like, to me, it doesn't. Because he did that doesn't mean I'm like, oh yeah, cool.
I'm not saying it's cool.
You're 12. Oh, okay. That was what I didn't know what you were trying to say with that. But yeah, from my perspective, it's like, oh, okay, if you did that, still think it's weird that all these 30-year-old women decided that just because this 12-year-old could box a giant fish, it means that you should have relationships with him. Like,
Facts.
But okay.
It just makes it. No, to me, it just makes it seem like that might be more of a norm type of thing in certain worlds. Given that nobody said, "Yo, really? Nobody gonna do anything about it?"
And then that's where I think this is where you get into the deeper morality questions, which is what I was like alluding to earlier. Like, there could be standards in the worlds you transfer to that change this, but does that change how you operate?
Mm-hmm.
That's to me, right? Like, if you go somewhere where like murdering goblins is okay, but where you came from, baby goblins were great people, but now apparently genociding goblins is like good to go. Are you just gonna go with genociding goblins, or are you going to, you know what I'm saying, to have a different perspective because that's where you came from, you know?
Or even if you got reincarnated as a goblin and all your homies over here raping everybody, man, you just gotta be like,
exactly.
I can't do anything about this.
Right,
So
I'm a goblin, but I got morals.
Is that nigga Yaburo got a case on him? Like, so we came full circle. Yaburo got a case on him.
He didn't rape anybody though. He stopped it.
Stop! He kidnapped nigga.
We're gonna come back to this. We're gonna come back to this, man.
To me, the person who has a case on him in every world but his own is Goblin Slayer, bro. That nigga need to be hung at a high court for all the goblins he massacred.
No.
Think about it.
He was
Think about it. If you go to Slime's world, there's a case on him automatically. Yes. There's a case on him. Like, soon as he
if you go to anybody else's world, he got a case.
Yes, 100%.
In his own world, he's good. He
might have a case in his own world because, like, most goblins are bad. But, bro, by the movie, they had goblin priests. That's a society. These niggas are reading books, bro.
But it's a society of rapists, though.
Okay, it started that way. Our ancestors started as Ooga Booga niggas, right? Eventually.
Yeah, you right.
You know,
but even on top of that,
so they were coming up. Okay.
My biggest issue with that is like we still only got it from one narrative. Like, there's nothing outside of what he told us about goblins that we can trust. You get what I'm saying? So he's like, oh yeah, they all evil, and we saw an example of that. So we immediately were just like, oh yeah, he's right about all goblins because he said this. But it's like, nobody's verified that information.
You're right, because that could have been just a couple of hood goblins going out there raping and kidnapping people, but there's a whole society of chilling goblins, and then they feel like there's this random nigga going around killing all their people. They're like, yo, we gotta run them ones with him, and then he kills them. So yeah, that makes sense.
And then you have to layer that with the fact that everybody else in the society is like, it's not that big of a problem. So to me, it's like,
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you're
right.
going to massacring lions and saying lions are just so evil. It's like, yes, from a certain lens, you could say lions attack humans all the time. But then again, if I go around saying we got to kill all the lions, y'all gonna be like, that nigga a little weird.
You're right.
Like there's a little bit of unreliable narrator shit when it comes to Goblin Slayer. That's why I'm like, I hear y'all with the they all evil thing, but once again, we only got that from the nigga that was saying they all evil. That's like hearing it from a Ku Klux Klan member about their opinions on black people. It's like
we basically
sure.
So basically, we as the viewers got Hitlered.
Right. That's
we just joined the Nazis and in the world of the goblins, essentially.
Look,
I can see that.
Yeah,
that's messed up.
And one day he got lucky enough and was able to convince enough of these heroes that they was going to do a mass genocide on some goblins. So at the end of the season, he was like, "You see, I'm right. They all evil." And they were like,
the world if Hitler won, right?
Right. And notice when he finally won, it was just him and that in the first season, it was just him and their like goblin leader. Nobody else was around. So I felt like we really couldn't confirm anything. You get what I'm saying? Like, if other people were around, would they have seen it as bad? Or would this nigga might have said, like, oh, no, we not that bad. We was just trying to mine our that it was just him and that nigga.
Somebody could have been like, hey, bro, you ever think that maybe these goblins changing? He was like, no. Google.
Yeah. Right?
Big facts.
Oh, he got his face on the high court. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Did you finish your list? I'll run through more.
Yep, I'm done.
And we go more. All right. So TV shows, House of the Dragon. I watched the first episode. It's off to a good start. I mean, it's just off to a sad but good start for House of the Dragon. So I'm excited for where that goes. Yeah, for sure. But the memes is funny. I'm like, come on, bro. Y'all heard it in the beginning. Y'all heard who he said to kill. No, son for son. Like, that's all y'all caught from it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just got to say real quick on that part. Ain't that some bullshit? I just saw that. Like, that just what it'd be like when you just hire somebody to do a quick bullshit job and
right.
find out some bullshit. I'm like, what? How the fuck? This nigga's the crown prince. He is next in line for succession. You telling me the nigga with a blue eye? Blue eye?
Right.
And you don't know who to get? Oh, he said son for son. Nigga,
right.
I'm like, what?
Because my thought was even if they found Aemon, it was finna be rap anyway. I don't think they was gonna be able to beat him. You're right.
The niggas gonna die, and they knew that shit.
Exactly.
Like, he's not fighting.
Yeah, they were like, oh, just any boy. I'm like, all right, bro. Whatever.
I'm like, but that's really on him because I was like, wait, ain't bro supposed to be like the coldest, like with the sword? Like, why are you sending these a crackhead and a retired guard after this nigga? Like,
facts, like. Especially with how they got in, like, you probably could have done it yourself, to be honest. Like, you got into the city already. They probably could have just snuck you in to a certain degree and then gone from there. Like, they could have backed you up, but for the most part, you could have figured it out. But once again, we're going back to Damon being stupid, which is not something we're really surprised about. Yeah, like...
I don't know why they keep making this nigga a leader. I feel like because he won that war against some bumblefuck niggas. But my thing is like, bro, he almost lost a dragon. Let's remember that.
My favorite arc for Damon was when he was married to a black woman having kids. That was like when I was like, oh, wow, I respect you as a dude. You normal. Like, oh, you seem like a stand-up guy. As soon as that part disappeared, it went back to, oh, man, I hate this nigga.
I be forgetting that he got kids. I'm like, who them little black girls in the back? That's some kids.
Right? He act like they not his no more.
But the craziest work. This is why I'm team. I'm on the greens. I'm not with the other niggas. Damn. This is why I do not fuck with Rhaenyra.
Yeah,
it's because she's a queen. When you're a queen, I'm sorry, but your privates are no longer your privates. They're the realm's privates. You gonna fuck on this white man. Right. Got these white babies, knowing good and damn well we can clearly look at Damon and his kids and go, okay, there goes some mixed kids.
Right.
And you gonna look.
And my thing is, And my thing is, all you had to do was do it once, and you could have done whatever the fuck you wanted afterwards. Like to me, it was just giving one kid. Like to actively not try to do that is what pissed me off. Like I was like, literally, this whole story is solved if you just gave this dude one kid. Yeah. Then you could have cheated as much as you wanted. Nobody would have cared. In all honesty, right? They would have moved the fuck on.
Like, bro, pull out, nigga. Like, you
right?
Know what I'm saying? Like,
that's it.
I'm like, bro, you. All these people are dying right now because you had zero coochie control. That's facts. And we can say what we want. Oh, women entitled to a body. Yes, every other woman on the planet entitled to a body, not the queen who is responsible for keeping the whole realms together.
And then chooses to make the dumbest decisions with her body to begin with. Oh, I'm gonna have sex with my uncle. That was her choice, mind you guys. Like that wasn't anybody else's choice. Nobody forced that. She chose that. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, we got to make a decision somewhere.
The choices made with her genitalia are some of the dumbest choices I've seen in history. Like Gramps, you don't watch it, right? Now imagine, Gramps, if your wife was a white woman, and when your kids came out, they was whiter than her.
Let's let that premise breathe for a little bit.
That's it, bro. And she look at everybody. She go to your parents, your grandparents, and say, "Look at this white baby. His hair straight as hell." That's Grant.
And because you know you're gonna be hung, you have to just pretend like that's not what you're seeing in front of you. That kid don't got an ounce of black blood.
Man drop in him.
But you gotta pretend because you know the moment you say, "Hey, that don't really look like dude," they gonna be like, "Hey, hang that dude right there."
You said those babies were born with a 401k. I'm like,
right, bro. And an 800 credit score.
And the thing is,
the one brother
all got blonde hair. So first of all, if you slept with two people with this blonde whatever, hair. And your kid comes out with both of them come out with the darkest hair possible. Like, come on, bro. What?
And the one brother that stood up and was like, nah, these is not my nephews. They cut my man's head off instantly. Dirty work. I'm like, bro. All y'all had to do was just have one, bro, and the realm would be good.
That's it. I'm telling you, I understand that the dude was gay, so I don't want to put anything like crazy on gay people, but at the same time, I think from this perspective of just the positioning, you're in these roles, just bust a nut, bro. And you actually don't even have to. You could just bust a nut something else and just be like, hey, here you go. Here's
turkey based that.
Figure it out.
Yeah, you're right.
He could have been and did that. I'm like, they tweaking, bro.
They really were.
And then this is the thing. I hate Eamon, the one eye bro. He's actually my favorite character because, bro, they keep trying to gaslight him. Like, he's like, bro,
you're not the Ross nigga out there.
This is my cousin. No, bro, that's your cousin. Hell no, bro. I'm not going. Then they want to make fun of him. So y'all gonna flame me because I ain't got no dragon, but you a whole bastard, nigga. What? Like, now everybody mad. I called him a bastard. Now everybody mad. Get out of here, bro.
Of course you would be on Amos' side, bro. I'm just... We gonna have to unpack that in a special episode. But yeah, other than that, I've been watching a bunch of documentaries. I am still keeping on my revisit to the Wrestling Federation. I've been watching a lot of WWE Raw. This shit is funny. I can't say much else besides I enjoy watching it. Anime world, I've been catching up on Overlord. Finally, I figured I'd come back around to it. So season 3 dropped on Netflix. I'm trying to finish that up, but it seems like what I didn't like about season 2 is the story that they're continuing with, which is like, hey, let's follow a random group of people that are somehow in, the bigger Ainz plot of things and like make that important. So I'm iffy about that. But I also watched the Kegan Ashura versus Baki movie.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, it dropped.
What?
But
Where?
You could call it a part 1. It's on Netflix.
I have not heard of anything. Well, I haven't been on Netflix in a hot minute, but
it ends how you expected it. So it wasn't like anything special there, but it seems like there's going to be a part 2. It's in Baki's art style, which I like. So that was decent. Some of the matchups, I'm like, man, I guess I got to refresh my Keg and Ashura knowledge. But they were okay. They only did 3 in total. They did the Muay Thai guy versus the Yakuza dude from Baki, the gangster dude.
Like the big swole dude in the all white suit.
Yeah, they did him, and then they did Baki's brother, Jack, versus the Cure guy, the guy who goes their bloodline has been genetically picking folks, and they have that little rage mode.
The assassins.
Yeah. That dude's first fight. So they went against him, and then it was Baki versus what's his dude name? What are the main characters?
Yamashita. Yamashita Oma.
Yeah, Oma. Yeah. So there was that fight, but basically they put a lot of respect on them being equal. The other part of it is Baki's dad shows up, and then the dude, the karate homie from Keg and Astra show up. So those are the ones they're trying to say are on like the same level. I mean, he was up there in Keg and Astra, but I was like, was he Yujiro up there? Like, I remember him being like dope, but I was like, was he Yujiro?
No.
But Yujiro gave him respect. Yujiro was like, yo, that's what
I
heard about him with the karate hands. So,
hell no.
So they're built. I guess that is going to be a fight at some point. The Sea Emperor was there but didn't fight. And then Pickle made a surprise appearance. But yeah,
damn, they really got Pickle out here, huh?
Yeah, but it wasn't like, to me, the fights weren't there weren't a whole lot of like whatever. I would say the matchups themselves were pretty light. Like they weren't ones I cared too much about. And then even the Baki versus Oma thing, to me, I felt like they added a lot of gas because of how I remember Keg and Ashura ending, which is like, yeah, Oma was up there, but like he was up there due to a lot. He basically doped himself. It's basically like he was on steroids to the end. So it was hard to like say he was doing what Baki was doing in that situation. That was
here's the thing. I can't see anybody in either verse being close to Baki or Yujiro at all.
I can agree with you there. And I think it's the way they told the story. They have like a spinoff, but I don't know if anything has really changed from the spinoff part. I would have gave them the karate guy. I'll let them ride with that karate guy shit. But other than that, like even with the Muay Thai guy, they try to put respect on him by saying that the karate homie with the eye patch, that he fought his dad previously. So he fucked with him because he was like, oh yeah, I fought your pops. You know, your pops was a rival of mine. So he put some respect on his name that way by proxy. But other than that, it was kind of like, nah, whatever. Like the second one might be good. To me, it was probably a very mid movie. The only thing I enjoyed about it, like I said, is I didn't really like Kegen Ashura's art style. So they chose to go to Baki art style for the movie, which is what I appreciated. So Oma looks better to me in the Baki art style. Some of the other characters kind of like whatever, but to me, all in all, like watching the fights look better to me than if they were in the Keg and Ashura art styles. But yeah, I'd probably give it like a decent max if I was
that show. That movie should be nothing but just straight hands. Like it should literally just start with niggas just boxing with each other, because that's all everybody wants to see anyway. Nobody cares about the backstories and all of this. Everybody just wants to see all these niggas fight against each other, just like if it was Tekken versus damn, what was a video game? Tekken versus Street Fighter. That's all niggas want to see is hands.
No, I agree, and I think that the problem is the matchups are just hard based off how they did stuff. So they even try to like set up a rival with Biscuit. I guess there's another guy in Kegen Ashura that'd be like working out a decent amount. So they didn't fight, but they set up like a head-to-head because Biscuit was basically like, oh, I'm the strong nigga, and then he was like, oh, I'm the strong nigga. So they had their little tiff about who be lifting more weights and who does what or what workouts you do for this. But I'm like, it's hard to believe because I'm like, one, I don't even remember this swole dude. So there's no way he has feats comparable to what we've seen Biscuit do up until this point. So even setting up this matchup is like weird. I'm like, wait, the weightlifting contest?
The nigga Biscuit blocked a shotgun, didn't
shotgun shells, yeah, to the chest. He took a shotgun shell to the chest. I think almost at point blank. So
yes. So how can you really imagine anybody else from King and Ashura going against that?
Yeah. I think that's the problem, right? Like you said. So Baki, Yujiro are just like the gap within their own series is already huge. And I felt like in Kengan Ashura, everybody was relatively the same, right? There wasn't
Yes,
anybody
sir.
with that big of a gap. So then when you bring those people together, it's like, yeah, maybe some of the lower tier niggas in Baki's crew, it makes sense. But
Yeah,
everyone else, like when you start getting to the top tier, like maybe even the top 5, it's hard to sell me on the like, oh, these niggas actually at their same level. But they
exactly.
tried. They tried.
Okay. I mean,
Um,
niggas there for the hands. That's all. That's all I'm here for. I just want to see some
right.
boxing.
Yeah. And then I'll just spin through games and manga real quick. So for manga, I've been reading Gantz E, which is like a if you're into Gantz, it's like another group of people, but this time they're in ancient Japan. So they get pulled into the whole Gantz stuff. If you're familiar with Gantz, it's basically like the criteria to get to this whole participation thing is dying. So all these people die for various reasons. They get stuffed into this room, and then now they have to fight aliens. Um, it's just interesting to see it from that older perspective, but I like the series so far. So this one is not bad to get into. Still reading Zatchbell 2, Blue Lock, Astro Royale, which is the spin-off series, or not spin-off series, new series by the guy who did Tokyo Revengers. Totally different in terms of style. It's more shonen than I would say Tokyo Revengers are. So if you like Tokyo Revengers, I think you're only gonna like this from the whole gang side of things, delinquent to a degree, but not necessarily for anything else. Wild Strawberry is another good one, and then Undead Unluck. And then from games, I just started Midnight Suns. I actually enjoy that. It's pretty good. I think it came out a long time ago, but um, I like the battles there. And then Battlefront 2, the remake, I used to play that all the time on PS2. So once it came to PS5, I got it. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Overcooked 2, like we talked about, and then Mario Kart 8. I finally got all the maps, so I've been back into that, testing out different carts and
You say you
trying
ready
to
to
get
challenge
Question.
my reps?
trophies.
No, he ain't. But so we go
Wow.
so we go ahead and leave that.
Wow.
We go ahead and leave that part of the conversation to the side. Like a dragon,
Put that to it.
like a dragon,
Yeah.
infinite wealth. Is that Yakuza? Like a dragon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that like a
Yeah. It's
DLC for like a dragon or
It's the
something?
second one. So there was Like a Dragon, the first one, and then basically now the whole series has just become, instead of Yakuza, it's now called Like a Dragon. But this is the second
What?
part. This is the second game to the first Like a Dragon one. So it's the
So
same
it's
RPG elements.
so it's like turn based.
Yeah,
just like
but they changed it around because now they added more environment usage to the turn-based thing. So if you Midnight Suns is kind of set up like this too. So if you played that similar in a way, but you can basically, like, if you try to attack someone but you're by like a thing you could pick up, you'll hit them with that instead. Certain moves work differently if you're behind a person, so you actually it's still turn-based, but you actually pay attention to where you're located on the map.
So it's like a
That
strategy
allows you to
game
do
now.
different things.
So it's
Yeah.
not like just turn based. It's actual strategy. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
interesting.
So, and I'm still very early in the game, but that is one of the new features to it. It's still turn based, but they built up on it, which I liked. So
It's crazy how much they've changed the combats. Like it was just like
Yeah.
all real time action and so forth. Now it's a
Yeah.
whole strategy game. That's crazy. That's probably
that's
turned a
the
lot of
thing.
people off.
Right, and just before that, I was playing the one that came after Like a Dragon, but that was in the Yakuza universe, so the Kiryu one, where he's like an agent or whatever. So playing those two like side by side, you can see kind of the difference in style, but they're both still fun to play. So I like it. Definitely would recommend it.
I will admit, I personally was not a fan of the real time action version of the Yakuza games.
Yeah.
So when I saw Like a Dragon and I saw that it was turn based, I was like, all right, I'll give it a try, and I enjoyed it more.
Yeah, I definitely think you'll like Infinite Wealth. Basically, like the same thing, because the other Like a Dragon, it's like, yeah, there's these RPG elements, but there's a ton to do in the Yakuza series because there's so many side content and
so
shit there.
much, way
so
too
they
much.
So they still have that with the side content, but they also made the combat itself more involved. So I think the classes and stuff are still there. Like I said, I'm still pretty early, just done a couple of fights so far. But the way they've kind of, upgraded the battles as well, I think it's a nice level up. It's a great next step to the series. So,
all right, turn up.
All right, cool. So let's jump to the anime segment. I think we probably got time to just do one, maybe. So let's just do the deaths we didn't care about, since that was like one of the first ones, and we come back to the other ones in a future episode.
Yeah. So I just want to introduce this series, Deaths We Didn't Care About, because I feel like we all have like people who've died within different anime, manga, video games, or whatever it was, that we were like, okay. And then we continue to just go on. Whereas I'm pretty sure that the author, the narrator, whoever, the mangaka, expected that everybody would be like, oh my God, I can't believe that person died. I'm hurt. So the reason that this segment came up is because I personally feel that I didn't give a damn when Neji died in Naruto. I didn't care. It seemed like it was a random side character death, and they tried to make it seem like it was much bigger than what it was in my point of view. So I feel like if it was somebody that was actually a much more important side character, like maybe somebody who actually had a larger parts within the war itself, I feel like it would have been more impactful. Like if it would have been Sasuke, it would have been great. It would have been great. It would have hit everybody. Right, it would have been impactful to the war, and it would have hurt all of the niggas who are hardcore Sasuke fanboys and fangirls and so forth. It would have been a very impactful death across all sides. But Neji, I was like, okay, it's not like he had an important part of the war. He was just a random nigga in there throwing hands just like everybody else. So I guess the people who are in love with Neji probably cried or whatever. But I'm like, whatever.
I feel you though, because I was salty about Neji death because I really like him, but not like the death was impactful. I was really just like, but it was unnecessary. Why did you do that?
I felt like it was unnecessary. Like that's why I wouldn't put it in that category. Like I didn't care about it, but I felt like it was unnecessary.
This is why I know it's unnecessary. Neji's main ability is the force push. He's the first ninja to do that shit. Why wouldn't you just use your telekinesis powers and push her out the way?
Yeah. Look, bro. I don't know why he did. It really felt like he just caught a stray. Like that's really what it felt like. His death felt like this nigga just randomly picked him. Like Neji was.
That's what I'm saying.
Noodles and then Kishimoto comes out. I was like, you. And he like, what me? And then he just died. That's honestly what it felt like. It was like, oh, we in the war arc, and then out of nowhere we just cut to, hey, kill this nigga. And he died, and then we come back to the war arc like, oh shit, what?
I would like to believe Neji got isekai to a world where he actually mattered more.
That would be a wonderful isekai side story. I used to be in Naruto, but now I'm a real nigga somewhere else. I think that's
and he still got the hands. It's just a world. He's just in a world where niggas just actually throw regular hands, but he got all these crazy moves. Now that would be lit.
No, that would be lit. They did that boy dirty.
Do you got any more?
I mean, I got a bunch. Of people in a bunch of people in one group, which I'll start with while I'm thinking about the rest. But like probably like half the deaths in Attack on Titan I think I didn't care about as much because they happen so frequently. It was hard. One of the ones that threw me off the most though was Ymir. Like I was like, I almost forgot that she was a character. Like so after the time skip, I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to Ymir? And I had to go back to the wiki to find out that she died. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I felt like a lot of those people, that was where I put it. That's what I meant. Big group of nothing. Yeah. Go ahead.
For me, I remember this is probably one of the biggest ones where I remember niggas was like, oh, you tweaking. Like when Ace died, I was like,
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I mean, the saltiest part about me is that I felt that he was supposed to have played a bigger part in Luffy's life. within the story. I was hoping that they would have done some epic shit together. That's the only reason that I didn't like Ace's death at the moment. But in the grand scheme of things, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was just like, man, I didn't know if they wanted me to feel something. It was like, get rid of that nigga. Another nigga when he died,
no. Can I add something to you to what you were saying? I felt it a lot more when Whitebeard died compared to when Ace died. I know niggas gonna be hot about that.
I think that's a fair statement because he went out much differently than Ace did.
But this is why I think they wanted us to be angry, because whenever I see the character get angry, I think, oh, we were supposed to elicit the same response. We follow the story through the character's eyes. So like when Luffy is like, yo, this is my brother, I'm like, oh, was I supposed to feel that way? Because I didn't.
Right.
You know? Another nigga that like, I was just like, what? Why are you so mad, bro? When Kite died, I was
yes,
like,
sir.
Yeah. I get that.
I'm like, niggas
yes, sir.
die. It's 100 niggas die all the time. My nigga was like, no.
I got some extra context to that though. I actually saw a video recently where actually the niggas who saw only the anime had an incorrect perspective of how meaningful Kite was to Gon's life. In the manga, supposedly they show a lot more of Kite and everything that he did for him before he even set off on his journey to find his dad and everything. And then when he actually died, it was actually much more impactful. So the anime, they actually hold all of the viewers.
They left some stuff out.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But yes, I felt the exact same way. I was like, there's just some random nigga that just died.
Right?
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, he was your dad's friend.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like, this man done powered up and everything. Like went into adult mode for this random guy.
But to be fair, this is my thought. I was like, oh, has Gon actually lost anybody that he like knew? And if that's the case, maybe it was his first time and it was just a lot for him. That was always.
I mean, from a story perspective, I would agree with you. I don't think he has lost anybody up until that point that we know of. Like, except
for his father, but beside the point.
I mean, he never had that nigga.
That nigga been around, bro.
And then the last one, I think I have the reverse thought on is Light. When Light Yagami gets whacked, I bet most people were like, no. I was like, yes, they got that nigga.
I was pretty happy about it, especially when what's his name? Was his name Mayuri or it starts with an M, but the dude who was kind of like the kid of the police force that got his lick back, like he was the one that fired the shot. Like I was like, oh yeah, nah, you deserve that.
I'm like, bro been on this case for a long time.
Yeah,
we done grew with bro.
Oh yeah, he deserved that win. I was like, yeah, for sure.
I'm like, bro, man, he probably thought him and Light was brothers. You bitch ass nigga.
Well, I was actually disappointed when we got to the point of him dying because he did so great at playing he did so great at playing his character of being this innocent nigga that was tricking everybody, and then he completely broke character at the end. I'm like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be big brain. You're supposed to play it all the way to the end, no matter what, even after these niggas die. But then he broke character when he thought he won. I'm like, bro, I hope you die. And then he died. So I was like,
I ain't gonna lie though, that's been Light though. To be fair, I thought it was perfect because what we saw is as he got older, the more he would break character. Because at first it was just like he'd break character in his mind. All right, and then he might laugh at a nigga right before they die, like, yeah, nigga, I got you. And then it started getting worse and worse, where he just started telling niggas like, yeah, nigga, I did that, you dead now, nigga. And then at the final end, he's I got everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to think.
Like Yagami, bitch ass nigga, get out.
Facts.
I feel like that might have been a bunch in Fairy Tail. But then again,
I'm like, and nobody died in there.
But then, I mean, they killed niggas and then brought niggas back.
Right,
that's true.
Oh, you know what I'll say is a funny one? Sid from Soul Eater. I forgot to add that in my anime. I started rewatching.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, his death was actually meaningless to
Who was saying again?
So he came back as a zombie. You probably know him for more time as a zombie than as a black man in the show.
Because he was introduced as a black man, then dies like
the next episode.
Yeah, and then he comes back as a zombie for the rest of the series.
Yeah, and we just cool with him being a zombie. We never unpacked it. Like, why did he die? I think they came to it like towards the end. They like bring up that he died for some important reason, but it really became like like the show didn't even care about this nigga's death.
Yeah,
he just
another death that I really didn't like. I just felt like they should have just kept using that character was Haku from the first arc of Naruto. I'm like, bro, you could have did a lot with that character. If Haku would have kept going, that would have been a cool ass character.
I agree. I don't think they necessarily, but I also was like, they just was too deep. There was no saving either. Like Haku wasn't gonna get saved. That's what I'm saying. Haku would only get saved if Zabuza got saved, and Zabuza wasn't getting saved. That was the problem.
But it would have been perfect because Zabuza was unredeemable. Like you couldn't save Haku and then save Zabuza because you was gonna have to kill that nigga. He's getting executed. This nigga villainous, you know?
Yeah, right.
So like, I'm like, no, bro, he had to die. It was best that he died there. Then I was okay, then you can take Haku and be like, oh, she this was just a kid. You know, let's get him right.
Do this. That would have been a very evolved storyline too, especially to like unpack child soldiers, which is essentially what Naruto is, a bunch of child soldiers.
I mean, but hold on, but then again, how many bodies did Haku catch as a child though? Because sometimes that can completely change. That can completely change your psyche as a person because that becomes like the basis of what your life is about.
I think, like, are you saying that it would be harder to heal Haku because of all the bodies they caught, or
I think so.
They're irredeemable because of the
bodies? I think it would have been hard to stop her from going out and catching bodies because it would have been a part of who she was at that point.
It would have worked out in the Naruto universe. There's plenty of things you could just throw a nigga at to kill. Like, I don't think the killing thing would have been a problem for her because they still murder people.
Yeah, but this is my thing. Yeah. The Naruto world already has a setup. When a kid is so broken that they can't be fixed, like Gaara, you just point that nigga at something.
You're right.
Oh, Haku, you can't integrate with society? Cool.
Ambu just Black Ops.
Keep you on missions. Ambu Black Ops. All you need to do is run phase 24/7. And that's it.
And then that actually would have been an even better thing because you know what would have made that dope? Shippuden could have had a very saving grace there. Instead of introducing Sai, you introduce Haku. So now they have a real connection. Like they're like, oh, we know this person from before.
Because I threw hands with
some of the stuff, because that actually would have been a good play. And it all makes sense because Haku still fits in the stoic Sai nature, but it's less random. It's just like, oh, okay, we know you.
Even if, like, you could even still finesse and be like, because remember, Haku stayed behind the mask for the most part. They thought the nigga was a girl because he was so pretty. Then you could just evolve that, like, oh, this nigga is just like, he just grew up to look like Sasuke. You still got a pretty nigga. He fits everything that Sai was meant to be.
Yeah.
You know what
I'm saying? I agree. Yeah, that would have been a better play. I'm mad. Another plot hole in Naruto that we've written another better story.
Hey, when they adapt this, when Disney, when you buy this shit and you adapt it to a movie, do not kill Haku off. Bring that nigga back inside.
That actually would have been a nice change to the story for sure.
And you know it's gonna be like 3 niggas that's like, Sai was my favorite character.
Sai was your favorite character.
If Sai is your favorite character, you need to be on police watch at all times.
Like, I'm telling you, name me 3 things about Sai. No, like 3 anything. There's no 3 facts that you can even bring up about this nigga's Sai. He was in Abu Black Ops, okay.
They liked that they were able to see his torso.
I could have did the same thing with Haku, but then the dudes would have liked it too because nobody would have knew if it was a boy or girl.
Facts.
Boom.
Also could just give Haku's powers. I'm sorry, Sai's powers to Haku. Also, like, I don't think there really would have been an issue with the having a mirror shit, and then also you could just draw some shit that comes to life. Yeah, like, oh, okay. I found an outlet while I was in the Abu Black
application of her mirror jutsu. Anything she paint on one mirror can be created from the other one. It's like a reverse mirror thing. Easy money. Boom. She basically sighed. Come on.
Right.
Shit right.
Well, I think that's fair. Yeah. Oh man, that was a good one. Anything else on the list? Deaths that we didn't care about?
That's probably a couple from Full Metal Alchemist, but I can't think of any. I can't think of them right now.
Anybody in Dragon Ball Z ever? Because they always came back. They were so useless. After deaths, after you find out you can bring shit back with the Dragon Balls, no death mattered in Dragon Ball. Some people died on purpose.
Goku.
Right? Hey, yo, no, kill me on purpose, bro. I got to train real quick.
They was whack, bro.
Especially like that, and that actually is what takes away a little bit from the Cell arc too, because that whole father and son Kamehameha is supposed to be a iconic moment, but the death of Goku really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, because it's just like, oh, we just need a B Cell, and then we gonna bring this nigga back, which we know is gonna happen. So definitely would have been better if he chose to stay dead after that.
I mean, technically, Goku did stay dead.
Did he?
What?
Yeah, yes. Because remember, there's a 9-year time skip from the Cell Saga to Buu Saga. And then the Buu Saga, he's dead. He just instant transmissions back because they give him, like, that's why he has the halo.
So you ain't, but you ain't dead though. The idea of being dead is never coming back, my guy.
No, bro, that's like a force ghost, bro.
Nah, bro. Hell no. I ain't here for that shit. I ain't here for this shit.
That's a force ghost, bro. He just pop back in real quick.
Nah, bro. That's a good stretch. That's a very good stretch. Yes, he came back as an angel, but we're talking about death, nigga. Death. I ain't coming back, deaf. We ain't talking about let me go on this 9-year hiatus.
He was a ghost of hands past. You couple and then death, bro.
I gotta box you at any time, bro.
Now, what was really happening is that this nigga was dodging child support for them smooth 9 years. That's what that was. He was talking about, hold on, Chichi trying to get this money off me. Chichi trying to get this money. Hold on, let me chill over in heaven real quick.
No,
if there's one thing Goku's doing is paying child support.
Never that. Because listen, I was just having this argument on God with somebody else, bro. Because we were saying whether Goku was a good dad or not. He's an okay dad. Why? Because he's a great dad to Gohan. He was there. He was present. But he was a shitty dad to Goten. That nigga came back and was like, I got a kid?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. He didn't even teach that man how to fight. That average out.
Look, he was old at that point. I give you that, fine. But I still think if the only reason why Goku's not paying child support is you can't garnish wages of somebody who don't have a job. That's it. So, but I guarantee you all that tournament money was going straight to the household.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
Oh yeah, they taking their percentage out the tournament money, but that's why he ain't enter a tournament since he had kids.
Exactly, because he said, "I ain't trying to pay child support. I'm trying to take anything that I get and pay for food so I can eat it all down the drain."
They're like Goku,
he ain't trying to pay for these kids.
They're like Goku, we can wish you back. He like, nah, I'm gonna train with King Kaido. Goku.
Oh wait, y'all got another underworld because they died to come train. Oh, I'm just gonna train with you then. No, bro, I heard I could die again. From here, I think I could die one more time, so I'm going to go over there, bro.
That man definitely said, these kids are not strong enough for me to continue training them. I'm gone.
Yeah. And as soon as my man had Dragon Ball Super, he gave up on raising kids. He don't even talk to them niggas no more.
He's basically how old is Goku at the point of Dragon Ball Super? Because I feel like, he still got the black hair, but at that point, is he like in his 50s?
Probably in his 50s.
That's what I'm saying. He got to be grandpa age, technically.
I mean,
or early grandpa.
Because Gohan has a daughter who's like in her teens at least, right?
Exactly. So Gohan fully grew up. If we even assume that he started that stuff like at 18 at the earliest, so 18 years already passed.
I mean,
Goku was probably in his 30s.
Had his first kid in his teenage years, though. He wasn't.
Oh, okay.
He was in his teens when he had Gohan.
So then, so when Gohan grew up, he was probably in his mid-30s, early 40s? At the start of
Dragon Ball Z, he's probably in his mid-20s because Gohan is 5. So he's probably in his mid-20s. And then we got 8 more years till, not 8 years. Like 6 more.
Because
years
Gohan
to
was
Cell
a teen.
Saga.
Was he teen Gohan in Buu Saga, or was he a full adult? He was a full
Technically,
adult,
he was
right?
like 11 or 12 in the manga, but they called him Teen Gohan in American shit. So he's
Okay.
like, technically he's 11 or 12. So it's like 6 more years. All right, Goku probably like in his early 30s in the Cell Saga. 9 more years, then he's in his early 40s in the Buu Saga. And then by I don't know how far Super is, so he got to be about in his 50s because Pan is in Super, ain't she?
Yeah, I think so.
Which means Gohan finished school because he a book nerd, so that's like another 6, 7 more years. Like, yeah, bro, probably he in his 50s. He got to be.
Mm-hmm. So,
I'm just realizing something. Y'all niggas was early in this recording. We're talking about you going into an isekai world, being a teenager, and not wanting to have sex with grown women. But these niggas have whole worlds where little boys are fighting grown men, actual full hands for real, and nobody's batting an eye.
Yeah, you got to.
I'd like to throw something out.
Go ahead.
2 things of contention to that, sir. Thing 1, Gohan is the strongest nigga in the universe. He is a kid that can be thrown at niggas. I'm gonna throw that out there. Thing
That's
2,
fair. I agree with you.
Technically, Gohan is half Saiyan, and it is Saiyan culture to throw your son into the wolves and let that nigga fight and become a man. So, arguably, based off culture, Vegeta and Goku are not bad dads.
I'm just saying this is the norm of a lot of anime out there where little ass boys are fighting grown men on a regular basis.
Look, only in Dragon Ball.
And nobody cares.
I can't give it to everything else because I think Hunter x Hunter is a little crazy. No one could have sat at home. Killua also could have sat at home. Okay. But in the Dragon Ball Z case, every fight was a world-ending event. You're telling me if you have a nigga that's capable of like stopping the apocalypse, you sit at home because you're a kid. We'll figure this out.
Goku was a little boy not fighting niggas who were trying to destroy the world.
I'm in Goku's situation. That was a nigga in the forest somewhere, and he was training in martial arts. I feel like that's not fair to say. Like, if you go to any martial arts studio, after a certain like age, if you're like 13, 14, they put you in adult classes. Like, you start taking adult classes. So
Goku had to be like 10. Goku had to be like 10 fighting grown ass men on the streets.
Look, but he proved that he could do it. I'm gonna tell you. Gonna tell him no? After you see him beat the shit out of him in the corner, you gonna be like, hey, bro, you shouldn't be doing that, or you gonna leave him alone.
I got something.
And he got a tail.
I got something.
Shit weird.
I think so. Pro the Goku part being the kid out there, Goku really went out there looking for that smoke. You can't put that on the world.
But here's the thing: if I'm a grown ass man walking down the street and there's a little boy trying to throw hands with me, I cannot. I don't care how strong this little boy is. I still can't beat his ass whether I win or lose.
I'm sorry. If that nigga shin kicks you and your shin broke, you're gonna fight him. The kid's gloves are off. At that point, he kicked your shin off. Like, it doesn't exist. You're fighting for your life at that point.
You said Mike is actually gone.
Most people that Goku fighting are either like, it is your job, like it is your paid job to fight this nigga. You in the Red Ribbon Army, like go shoot this kid, nigga. We're paying you to do that. Or you in a martial arts tournament where you just like, all right, it's Gramps up against Goku, and you looking up like, where my opponent? You look down and says, look, nigga, look, it's the tournament, bro. You gotta fight him now.
They let him in. They let him in. You like, is this a little person? Like, you didn't know he was 7. You maybe thought it was a little person.
I'm 12.
Right.
And knock you the fuck out. Like, but then my other thing to the other argument is that, bro, Goku owned dirt because Cell Saga, that didn't have to happen. That world-ending shit didn't come to him. Bulma's like, Goku, I got the switch. We can turn these niggas off right now. Goku's like, no, let's fight these niggas.
But okay, so we gonna do that when Vegeta did it too? Before that?
Okay, we already know Vegeta a piece of shit.
Yep.
But the moral of the story is
all them Saiyans are pieces of shit.
Exactly. Goku was supposed to shut that shit down. He did it. Second thing is after Cell stopped them 2 androids, Cell did not want to destroy the world. He's like, I got one job, one protocol, kill Goku. I don't need the rest of you niggas. Goku, pull up, rub my fade, nigga. Goku said, hey, bro, I got to train for a year in the hyperbolic time chamber. All right, nigga, made the Cell games and sat there for 3 days. Pull up, nigga. That's not an evil nigga. That's a nigga that's like, hey, I want the smoke.
He just wanted to fight.
Yeah.
But he went to hell for some reason. Put that nigga in the hole for infinite
I think they
losers
racist,
for some
bro.
reason.
He went to hell.
Well,
I mean, that is kind of petty because Goku did catch a number of bodies as well, and he went straight to heaven.
Crazy work.
Hey,
And Cell not even a human. All he did was eat. He eat humans, nigga. Like what? That's all I eat.
I felt like child soldiers in Dragon Ball Z. I understand. Everywhere else, you have an argument, maybe. Like Attack on Titan, you might not have an argument there.
Yeah, no, their child soldiers are definite in the Attack on Titan. Like, nigga, we about to die. Strap up.
Yeah, no, I really have no choice.
Strap up.
Seraph of the End, also same thing, even though they unpack that in the story also. But that I also am like, I won't say justified, but I understand why you put weapons in kids' hands. That's all I can say. But yeah, Hunter x Hunter made no sense. The fact that they even let that little boy lead that island was crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, go sit your ass down.
Yeah, like what a 7-year-old kid was like, yo, I'm finna hop on a boat and look for my daddy. Huh?
And they was like, see you go.
Right, bye. Your dad did the same thing at 7. So he's probably not dead, even though we haven't heard from him in years. Like,
no, they heard from when he popped up with that kid.
Right.
They said, here you go, I'm out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was alive this whole time. Here you go, bye.
I'm like, gone, bro. That's wild. And the first thing that happened, he ran into a straight up child toucher. My nigga said,
right.
Where you going, little boy? Damn, it's dangerous as fuck in that world.
And nobody did anything about it.
Because he's talking would have killed their ass.
Nah, bro. Put enough swole niggas against them, they would have took him out.
Okay.
The volleyball nigga, the dodgeball nigga would have easily taken him out. So if you got niggas like him in the world, I guarantee there are other niggas that would have been able to take him out as well.
I don't know if we can say that about dodgeball nigga without the dodgeball context. Are we confirmed that he could beat Hisoka's ass with outside?
I mean, didn't he help Ging create that world, create that little world that they were in? So I would have thought that they were at least somewhere around the world, around the levels of strength with each other at the time that they built it.
I think
there's only like
crafty.
And to me,
there's only niggas above him.
There's only a handful of niggas that I feel like the rules don't apply to. Everyone else, I feel like if you don't know a nigga, then you could get caught up no matter how strong or weak you are. Facts. And if you don't come in with the right strats, you could get your ass fucked up. Only niggas I don't believe that, the Zoldycks, them niggas really don't need to know that much about you to be able to still win. Like, they can figure it out. Krollo, he's proven it. And then Netero, right? Like, those dudes, and then maybe Smoke Homie, but I doubt it. I just like Smoke Homie. But he just showed stamina. I can't say.
Honestly, one nigga that could figure shit out, bro.
Yeah.
I think he's up there with niggas like he might figure your name out and get you.
And that's what I'm saying. But that's what I mean. Like, with Razor, I don't think you could say, like, the way you could have confidence that Ging will figure some shit out. I don't feel like you could have that same confidence that Razor would figure that out against Hisoka in the fight. Hisoka in the fight.
And then this is my thing. Another thing, like, bro. On top of all of that, they was at the entrance exams. It wasn't no strong niggas there. Them niggas looked up and was like, "Well, I guess he just gonna touch them kids."
That's what I'm saying, though. But he had to have been pedo for a hot minute, and nobody did anything about it for years.
No, bro, it's funny as hell. So I seen a thing on the wiki or something. There's
Netero could have arrested that nigga
in the 100 exam that had taken it like 25, 26 times. And somebody asked, it was like, low key, did this nigga probably take that same exam with Ging? Right. Like he was there taking it with Gon. He was like, yeah, I did about 20 sometimes. Like, oh, you took it with my daddy too, bro. And you still ain't passed? Just figure something else out, bro. Like, you can have a regular job here,
right?
I mean,
we already want to be a doctor.
The thing is if you get that Hunter card, I think it lets you do whatever you want, bro. Like,
that is true. Some niggas will put all their life on the line for an unlimited budget.
Don't get me wrong. Like, imagine if I had a regular 9 to 5, but I know I'm like physically above average compared to people. I would work out and be like, okay, it's about time for the Hunter exam. Take that motherfucker. okay, you know, I could do that. Like, hey, once every
Yeah.
couple years, I take the hunter exam. If I fuck around pass, I got that card for life.
That is true. 'cause
Yeah,
it
but
is
you
like
but then you
money.
get banked up once, so you like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
That's the thing. You gotta pray you don't ever run into a class of grimy niggas.
yeah.
Who
But
are
you
like,
can quit too. So after
oh.
27 tries, you got the eye like, no, that's a Zoldyck, ain't it? No, I'm out.
Right?
Hey,
Not this year.
I know when to quit. It's a Zoldyck.
Yeah, right.
Don't sneeze.
I'll see y'all next year. Right?
See, right, nigga. Oh, okay. It's a green haired nigga laughing and buddy with niggas. Ah, okay, yeah, I'll go here.
Right?
We just jogging.
All right. Anything else on the deaths you didn't care about? If not, I will hop to Beast versus Beast Boy.
No, I got nothing.
We can skip that one if you want.
Okay. I mean, I the thing is, I don't know if there's a whole bunch to talk about in manga. Oh, but you had one decent news thing, so just the Star Wars Acolyte. I see that.
We got talked about that.
Oh, okay. So we good there. So yeah, then I think we got time for it, and then we just rush through to the end at that point.
Okay.
Because, so yeah, I mean, I don't have much either. I did do a quick scan of the Beast wiki, but if you want to kick off the debate, you can. Player
Yeah,
5
sure.
CCU.
It was just something I happened to scroll by recently. It was like an image where it was just like a versus, and it was Beast Boy versus Beast. So Beast Boy from Teen Titans DC Universe and Beast from X-Men Marvel Universe. And at first I was just like, that's weird. But like the more I started to think about it, the more for me it became actually one of the more difficult verses for me to think about.
Really?
And I'm not sure exactly who wins. So I wanted to see people's thoughts. If you're not familiar with the characters, I guess I could give a quick rundown of like their abilities.
Sure.
And I'm surely have you seen at least like Teen Titans and X-Men? You've probably seen.
Yeah, I'm familiar with both characters. I mean, I have my opinion on who I think will win based off of what I know about them. But
okay, bet. Do you too, MGG? You got an idea?
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Then we can just talk about it. Anybody want to go first? I can go first.
let me go first, just based off of my limited knowledge.
Okay.
I think Beast Boy will win, just because the nigga has so many different creatures that he can turn into.
Out of 10, how would you lay it out?
I would say I'll probably give Beast Boy maybe 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Just because I think that he has way too many transformations that can sneak the beast. Now, I mean, yes, I know that the beast is extremely smart and all of that good stuff. He's strong, smart, hairy. He's strong, smart, and fast, right? But Beast Boy has all of those things except for the smartness. So, I mean, if we're talking about some type of prep time or some like Batman time stuff where the Beast is able to come up with creating the environment and all of these little tricks and everything to get ready for Beast Boy, yeah, I could see him taking the most wins in that case. But I think if they just drop down out of nowhere and they're like, all right, go, I think Beast Boy is going to take it most of the time just because of all of the different things that he can turn into that can essentially be much stronger and well, potentially much stronger or even faster than him. That's how I think about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go next because I think Player 5 is going to have something to counter us for Beast. And I'm on your side with the Beast Boy. So I'll probably give him 8 to Beast Boy out of 10. And the only reason why I say that is, like you said, while Beast is smart, my only thing is I don't think that proves he's strategic. He's book smart. So I felt like his wins, I feel like one of the wins could definitely come from a significant amount of prep time to develop, because that's what they do. At least that's what I've seen them do in X-Men so far is, hey, we got this thing. We need a counter to it. Beast is like the first nigga that's like, oh, yeah, I could develop this serum or agent. So I feel like he could figure out some shit to fuck with the genetic, like Beast Boy's actual ability, right? And I can see a win coming from that. Other than that, in an actual fight, the problem I have is if there is some strategy that I'm missing, that's where I think the other win could come from, because Beast Boy is an idiot. From my TV experience of Beast Boy, I don't know if comic book Beast Boy shows any intelligence, But TV Beast Boy is dumb. That's been proven time and time again. So there is an advantage that he can get with that one. The reason why I was more on Beast Boy's side is because he also can turn into animals. At least if we're going off what Teen Titans did from other planets. So to me, if you copy the abilities, attributes of alien animals and then shit from here, I felt like you're already reaching the strength capacities of Beast very quickly. If you're turning into Tyrannosaurus Rexes, other random ass alien shit that we don't know that's considered an animal, I feel like it's going. I can't see how he's beating that right now with mind them in the wild the Beast.
Question: has he ever been able to do like hybrid transformations? Because I've seen him do like full transformations. Okay, if he would have been able to do a hybrid, that would have been an even more obvious win in my opinion.
Right? Yeah.
So where I'm at is I'm at like a solid 5 and 5 evenly. My biggest like I think takeaways is that one, Beast Boy is dumb, so like he does have the tools to win a lot.
Yeah.
Like he can turn into any animal. He can turn into alien animals. And I seen a nigga turn into like a fucking werewolf one time. You know what I mean? Like he can turn into animals that no longer exist, like dinosaurs and shit like that. So I'm like he has the powers set to win. So I get that man 3 wins off of like an alien that surprises Beast, a T-Rex or something that like catches them off guard, and then maybe like body flopping him as like a whale or something, might get
Right.
or something, you know, on some lucky shit. That's why I get Beast like easy 3. But then or Beast Boy a easy 3. Then on the other side, Beast. Honestly, I just think Beast is stronger than 99% of anything he could turn into. Like I seen this nigga Beast literally grab a Sentinel by the foot and flip that nigga. You feel me? Like ain't no gorilla flipping no Sentinel. Ain't no creature you turn into gonna take a whole 60-foot Sentinel, put his tails under him, go yeet, and like toss that nigga up in the air, flipped on his neck. You feel me? Yeah. Beast strong. So I feel like he gonna turn into a gorilla and get his arms ripped off by Beast. Like I think Beast is way stronger than like most animals he could turn into. Maybe like a T-Rex or some ridiculous creature. But there's that. Then it's like the smartness. Like, bro, I think Beast is just so many leagues smarter than that nigga. It don't make any sense, right? Like, I think if he turned into any animal on Earth, my nigga Beast would be like, oh, I know like the exact weak point of this animal. Oh yeah, this animal can't breathe if you punch it here. Like he would like know all of that shit. And I feel like Beast Boy knows less about animals than Beast. So I'm like, you should just stick to turning into aliens and shit, bro. It's not gonna be a good look for it.
You think he knows less about animals than Beast?
For sure. That nigga Beast smart as fuck. I think that nigga know anything about any basic thing. Beast will be like, oh yeah. Like I think when it comes to genius levels, Beast is not so smart where I'm like, oh, I think he's like smarter than Reed Richards or nothing. But I think he's so smart that he has a good knowledge about any topic, just like, philosophy, history, arts, ancient literature. That nigga like brings up random topics about magic and shit. Like he like literally just knows a lot. And Beast Boy a jackass. So I just do not believe Beast Boy knows more than this nigga. Somebody might be able to prove me wrong. It might be a Beast Boy fan that's like, no, technically Beast got like a hyper knowledge or something. I don't know.
I would think that you would have a higher level of knowledge about something that you can actually turn into because you can actually experience.
I turn into a big nigga every day and I still don't know shit about it.
Well, that's crazy.
Then, like, is the Avatar green thing a Marvel concept or a DC concept?
The who?
The avatars of the different colors. Where it's like a green, Swamp Thing.
Oh yeah,
like
that's
an
a
Avatar
DC thing.
Green. Isn't like a Beast Boy some version? I don't think he's a direct Avatar, right? But like the whole Beast Boy thing has something related to the green, right?
Yeah, I know he got some like weird freaking power that he can kind of call on them sometimes, but because that is not like a readily available, I get at one more win. That's why I'm like, okay, to me, I think they kind of close at like 5 because I can see Beast being like, oh, I found these random plants, goaded this nigga into turn into something that was sick against these plants and then shoved it in his mouth, Like, Beast would do some shit like that. So I can get him a win. Then, like I say, he might build some tech thing. So that's why I'm like, I'm at a solid 5.5. I think Beast Boy has the tools, but Beast is so fucking smart and so fucking strong that he has too many ways to come up on this nigga being stupid.
I think that's fair. I can see why you said that. The strength thing was something I didn't count on, but yeah, apparently he can lift 10 tons. So I mean, yeah, that should cover most of the animals this nigga could turn.
So let me ask this: Can Beast Boy transform into something extremely small, fly into the nigga's head, and then turn into a giant? Mm-hmm. So that has to at least count for like 2 wins.
Yeah,
apparently, but I give him one.
Is Beast Boy gonna be smart enough to do that shit?
Mm-hmm. Beast Boy, not
you don't think he would?
No, so 2 reasons why, right? I think Beast Boy has the ability to, but Beast Boy's number one problem is he's a kid, like kid-like in nature, meaning that he's not like when he goes into fights. Of the ones I've seen so far, Beast Boy is not the nigga trying to kill anybody. Mm-hmm. So to me, for him to go that far in the battle, Beast would have to come on, and Beast doesn't come across as that. Like if Beast came off as some real monstrous, like I'm on that type of character, that'd be fine. But this nigga's gonna come across as like, oh, I'm just really smart dude. So I feel like Beast Boy's mind is never gonna go to like, oh, I need to kill this nigga, like in that type of way. But I think it's a limitation on his character.
I mean, but if both of these characters are going in with that type of mindset of thinking, oh yeah, this person isn't trying to kill me or anything, then if that's the case, then Beast Boy might as well take 0 out of 10 because he would never think that the other person is trying to kill him, and he would never take it far enough to actually try to kill Beast.
But to me, a win is still like incapacitating a person. So like Beast Boy can still knock him out. Like so to me, I like see ways where he can knock that dude out. I just think like to me, what I was thinking this whole time is like if Beast had Beast Boy's power, that would actually probably be a way more interesting thing for me to see because I think he would be way more versatile with it. We see like if a regular nigga just got the ability to turn to any animal he want, that's essentially what Beast Boy is.
Yeah,
you're not really gonna think about everything you can do, but Beast would actually be super efficient with that ability. Like I'm talking top tier mutant.
He would have different body parts as different animals and all of that.
I don't even think that. I just think his knowledge of what Player 5 was saying, his knowledge of like animals in general would allow him to think about fights differently, right? Like Beast Boy is just gonna go, if I see a big thing, I'm gonna turn into a big thing. But Beast is gonna think about it as I see a big thing, what can I exploit in this person's weakness? So the mosquito thing might be one. He might go, oh, I know a specific animal with a type of poison that's corrosive to metal if we're talking sentinels for some reason. So maybe I'll do that. Like there's so many options he would go in with that Beast Boy never. The Beast Boy just like, oh, that thing huge. Let me turn to a T-Rex.
Right? That's all he do. Like, that's why I'm like, at the end of the day, bro, Beast Boy don't got no stress. He turned into flashy animals, wolves, gorillas, big stuff. You know, that's all he do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, nigga, you could turn into a spider that's poisonous, bite that nigga, and be done in 2 minutes. Like, what are you doing, Beast Boy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see. That's the reason I was giving Beast Boy a 7 out of 10. I thought they were both going in 100% with the intention of murder.
Even if it was murder, I just don't think he got the strats to think about like, oh, I could just poison this nigga or fly into him as a mosquito and turn into Instead, he would jump off the building, turn into a whale, and try and belly flop him. Like, be like, yeah, that's equally. But like a smart nigga would go like, oh, just sneak into him and then do it. You know what I mean? Beast Boy don't be thinking like that. He just like, oh, I'm gonna do some flashy shit. I'm gonna turn into a snake and wrap you up, bro.
That's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about him turning into a snake, coming up on the back of a nigga, and then turning into another creature and just crushing his neck or something like that.
And I think all that's fair, but it's like Beast. You got to understand, Beast is also agile. So it's like even half those strategies might not work because this nigga is just he's like a circus performer with super strength at the same time. Like he's the best of both worlds. So I even think the mosquito thing would be challenging because Beast has all the heightened senses and he's like an animal. So it's not gonna just go like, oh, I just did that. Beast gonna be like, oh, there's a mosquito. Right. So it's harder to even get some of those things off, I think. And then on top of that, Beast Boy's an idiot. Like he's gonna brute force everything. While Beast is gonna be like, oh, okay, cool. You're trying to brute force me with a Tyrannosaurus Rex. All right, well, I'm gonna do this to counter that. Like, so I can see how his smarts plays into strategy. So I definitely take back at least 1 or 2 of my wins.
Yeah,
Beast can outstretch.
It's definitely bringing Beast Boy down with all of these things that are being brought up.
Beast Boy.
Yeah.
This is why it's hard for me because I think Beast Boy really has the power to
He
clap
does.
that nigga.
On
if I
paper,
put
he's better than
anybody
Beast.
with a brain cell in this nigga body. I'm like, okay, well, Beast Boy 7 out of 10 times.
He don't
Yeah.
let himself back.
But all of the things that we're thinking about, he wouldn't actually do though.
Never.
That's the problem.
I'm gonna turn
So
this
that's why he's
gorilla
losing.
and
Yeah.
box this nigga as a gorilla.
It's actually his character that's causing him to lose. But I think on paper, Beast Boy it should win like 10 out of 10. But the reality of Beast Boy's character is what is causing all those L's to be taken. Like, a nigga will lose multiple times. Give Robin Beast Boy's power.
Clap.
I think it's different. Yeah, I think it's a much different.
Niggas like Robin can't have no powers.
Facts.
And that's my issue. Beast is like, oh, I think like I'm a Robin nigga, but like I'm also the strongest and most flexible, agile nigga around.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
mm-hmm.
I'm like, niggas lucky Beast is a pacifist for real.
Facts. No, but they're lucky that because he probably have some world-ending shit ready automatically. Like the amount of shit they come up with just under the time pressure of bullshit. So like, oh hey, we need to figure this out like tomorrow, and then Beast's like, oh yeah, here's new science. Like, wait a minute, let this nigga think about a poison to fuck some shit up or whatever for like a week, 2 weeks. Oh no, you got something, bro. So
My guy, you just learned about cancer. You already created a cure?
yeah.
Yes, of course.
We've been trying to figure this out for 3 centuries.
Just add a little pressure. Just say, oh, a Sentinel about to spray niggas with cancer. Beast is like, okay, I think I can reverse engineer this.
This is how I know Beast
He'll
is
find the cure.
In every single fight this nigga has been in, from X-Men, the original, all the way through 97, this nigga has quoted like some Shakespearean shit in the middle of a fight.
That's fair.
And I'm like, bro, you know how calm you actually gotta be to hit a nigga with the to be or not to be while whooping his ass?
That is fair. I have not seen him scared in a fight. And that has nothing to do with his powers.
Nothing.
Right?
I'm
Like,
he's
there's nothing in
calculating.
his power supporting that. Yeah. That's crazy. That's a good point. How does he fare against the other niggas, the other smart niggas in the Marvel universe? Like,
I don't think that this nigga is up there with. If I'm like, all right, name the
like the
top
Stars
3
and
smartest
Reavers.
nigga. He's not big 3,
Yeah.
and he has
Top
no
20?
specialty. You know, where I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
Bruce Banner not big 3, but he has a specialty. If you're doing gamma radiation,
I was gonna ask, is he smarter than Bruce Banner? Niggas like him.
I say in general, like, oh, his general knowledge is absolutely probably smarter than most niggas' general knowledge, but he don't have no specialty, so I can't put him above him. I would say, like, if I'm like, oh, we're not about to do some gamma shit, I would choose Beast. Like, hey, Beast, fuck with me on this. But if it's like, oh, we about to do something gamma adjacent, like, nah, he ain't the guy.
Yeah. So you definitely top 100 smartest niggas in Marvel.
I get a top 10. He in top 10.
Oh, top 10.
For general knowledge is what you're saying. For general
his
knowledge
general
only.
knowledge is so vast, I have to give him top 10.
Oh, okay.
I just don't think he's going to wow nobody with, like, look what I made type shit, you know?
Yeah.
I think honestly, the only niggas that I think really beat him in general knowledge are niggas that, like, that's part of their power to be smart. Like, Reed Richards is like the smartest nigga in the Marvel universe. Of course, he gonna know more than this nigga.
Basically, God.
Beast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I get that. All right, so yeah, my rating has changed. I actually am going to edge it out to Beast now. The more I've thought about it, so I'm gonna give Beast maybe like a 6 or 7 out of 10, and Beast Boy 3 because I do think there's going to be some that. If Beast Boy is smart enough, there can be an alien animal or an animal that just Beast doesn't know enough about to really outstrat the first time around. Do I think if that was 2 fights, he would do that? No, I think by the second fight, he figured some shit out. Yeah. But I'll give him I think I'll switch to 7 out of 10 Beast over Beast Boy.
I don't want to stay neutral because I haven't been neutral yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it 6 out of 10 to Beast. I think Beast Boy, yeah, that nigga he's
his own worst enemy.
Every time I think about what he could do, I'm just like, the reality is,
would he do it?
If he could do that, he wouldn't be a B-list nigga that never made it to any good teams. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Beast with his power becomes a totally different character in the Marvel universe to me.
Oh yeah, he become the nigga that we go, hey, the Avengers need you, bro. Come on, Beast. You know, Beast will if in Beast's world, if he has power, there would be no more creatures being extinct. He'd be like, oh, I just turned into it, took his DNA, and then I extrapolate all this shit. It's no longer extinct. Beast will just be, I love animals.
Like, let's be peaceful.
Right?
All right.
But to be fair, he is a boy. Let's let him grow up into a man, and it might be different.
I doubt it. I think that nigga still.
I mean, but what's the oldest that he gets in all comics? So
I do not look for Beast Boy in comics. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not look.
So in Young Justice, he ends up being like he's probably still before his 20s, but he sort of ends up being like the leader of the new school in a way. But still no strats. It's still Beast Boy. What Beast Boy did in Young Justice is they basically made him go, hey, Justice League, y'all niggas don't understand how to use TikTok. So I'm gonna be that guy. That's basically what he ended up being the conduit to in Young Justice.
Yeah,
he was just like, yo,
the young nigga.
Yeah, who shows a different side of how to marry heroism with
that should
celebrity.
Speak for itself. Imagine you have that power, and that's what the Justice League use you for. You're the social media manager.
It does basically. Hey, he good at it though. He good at it. The marketing is straight. But yeah, eventually, if you see all the heroes out, right? Beast Boy is the one you can guarantee, like him and the Flash, the celebrity niggas.
You say he's
out. Them niggas out like outside.
You say he's out here looking like Gentle from My Hero, huh?
Gotta be.
He really more of a Lock Rock ass nigga.
Oh. I wouldn't do that to Beast Boy. You got something. You still going to invite him to fight. I wouldn't invite Lock Rock anywhere.
Facts.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not inviting that nigga Beast Boy to no major fight. I'll invite Beast to it before I invite Beast Boy.
But if you're talking DC only,
I'm not inviting this nigga like,
he can knock out one character. He can knock out somebody.
Let me rephrase this in a better way. And because Beast Boy is young, you got to take out the adult hero. So you're just with your young group of niggas.
I'm only with the young.
Yeah, all the young heroes you could think of, but none of the established.
No cap. I could build a team without that nigga. I would put him on just because sometimes that's why I always get that nigga Beast Boy at least one. There's one time with Beast Boy like, no, I got that dog in me. And some shit come out and he make it happen. Okay. We need that nigga for that one time, but he can't do that on command, so he might just get knocked out by a nigga. Imagine that. You see a big ass elephant, green elephant, knocked out over there. That's it, Beast Boy.
Yo, if you turn into an elephant, I'm mad. I'm mad.
That's what niggas go to. So let's turn into an elephant.
I'm mad.
An alien or something.
We over here fighting extraterrestrial creatures, and you turn into an elephant. I'm big mad.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part about it. Like, if he turned into like a mosquito and then charged at the thing, and then at that point turned into the elephant
with the same momentum. With the momentum?
Yeah, that's the thing. Momentum. That would be a smarter plan, but he would never do it like that. He would turn into an elephant first and then charge at the nigga. Which, like, yeah, you get a force, but not as much force as if you were going as fast as a mosquito is, and then turned into an elephant. And
that's the shit Beast Boy don't think about. That niggas with brains will be like, hold up, I'm gonna come in as like a 200-mile-an-hour falcon and turn into a whale and crash your shit. Like, you know, Beast Boy.
That's how you destroy the planet.
I agree. Like the partial conversion thing is not anything I feel like has been stated directly that he can't do. It might just be a limitation of his own brain. You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't taken the time to figure out that he might be able to just turn an arm into a gorilla arm or a leg into some other shit.
That's why y'all actually got me thinking that Beast Boy would probably end up taking like maybe one at most.
Yeah. I mean, but his power is still strong, so we can't deny that nigga might actually turn into some wild shit and clap that nigga Beast.
It's a Gohan headbutt. When Gohan did that headbutt against Nappa, he was like, "Oh, right, damn!" Didn't expect. It's like one of those. That's how Beast Boy is. He'll get you.
Like what? And then I always give one because what if Beast Boy just turned into Beast? Can he do that?
I mean, it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter though. Why does it matter if Beast is still a better combatant?
That's fair.
And if he's still smarter, why does it matter?
I think it matters because he can still turn into shit. Like, okay, imagine you grappling him. Or you beast to beast is equal. All right, beast win the grapple because he's smarter. Then I just turn to a whale. I'm free. Then I go back to grappling y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I have the ability to just get around any physical thing you do. Oh shit, you about to hit me. I'm a whale. Or I'm a mosquito. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
He can avoid just about any damage I feel like my nigga Beast could do. It's just that, Beast's just so much smarter than that nigga.
Damn, bro. Yeah, they need to drop this nigga with the League of Assassins or something. I feel like I'm like more disappointed in Beast Boy after having this conversation. Like, I never hated him as much as I do now, thinking about how much wasted potential.
His possibility, right?
Yeah, it's like so much wasted potential on the floor with this dude. It's crazy.
Like, if Beast Boy was an assassin, it'd be a rap, nigga. Like,
oh yeah, it's over.
You
with.
just like, what the fuck? Dead.
Right, like he had, and that's the thing. He has both. He can be an assassin, but also be like a go-to, like just boxing nigga too. If he's smart enough for that, like you said, in the middle of fights, he could be switching forms, which makes it hard to predict him at that. So if he had the hand-to-hand combat skills.
Nasty.
With the beast ability,
imagine a gorilla karate in you, bro. Come on,
right?
A rear naked chokehold from a gorilla, nigga, your neck will pop out, bro.
Oh my god, bro, that's it. Yeah, or like a kick that it ends up becoming a force of an elephant at the same time. You try to drop kick someone, you turn into an elephant, just cut you through a room, like
nuts.
Oh. Yeah, man.
Especially if he was able to like change it to different animals that are like insects, but then keep it the size of an actual human. So if you like had the praying mantis arm, but he kept it as the size of a human.
Hey, but he could turn into prehistoric animals. There's like 6-foot centipedes that used to exist. You know what I mean?
Oh god, this thing sucks, bro.
That
money on the table is what this bro. He tweaking.
Giant That's what I'm saying. Like he should be using his free time to learn about other animals. That should be his.
But this nigga be over here eating like bullshit, not training. Right. Robin got to force this nigga into the weight room. He bullshit.
Man, you know all of the creatures that we don't even know about that live in a deep sea that are way bigger than a whale.
Bro could find Godzilla and be Godzilla.
And then that's what I'm saying. I don't even know if alien animals count. I'm like, and then werewolves. Like, technically, because of the DC universe, like, that means phoenixes are on the table. Like, there's so much other shit that are on the table. Because like, magical animals should also count.
Like a phoenix, like you said.
He might be.
Oh, you said that he could turn into a creature that would come back to life?
He might.
Yeah. I mean,
he comes with their powers.
That's broken.
That's the thing. Yeah.
That is broken.
But that's why once again,
this man. So you said he's almost Ben 10.
Almost.
Yeah.
He's almost Ben 10 without the Omnimatrix.
Ben 10 will whoop his ass with just a couple of aliens.
Yeah.
I don't even think we need to go top tier Ben 10 aliens to say that he could beat Beast Boy, which is sad.
With the first gen Omnitrix.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Hey, Diamond Head. Bah! That's it. All right. Next. That's crazy. All right, let's move on to manga and then close this bad boy out. So, My Hero Academia, I think we're finally done. The series is not done, but we're done with the fight. So, I mean, yeah, there's more stuff that could happen, but I mean, I felt like we're at a good point to make a final-ish decision on the series.
They moved these niggas to class 2. Right? I was like, fuck, the show still
we did all that just for the first year.
Nigga, imagine saving the world and they look at you like, yeah, but
you still got to get the certificate, bro.
What? I'm not going to school no more. I just save the world.
But we had already been, that's the funny part. We've been saying that since, like, was it the Night Eye arc? Like, with Lemillion? Like, there was stuff that they had did where we were already like, okay, there's already a few heroes that, like, you should have just be giving them, hey, here's your certificate, bro. Like, you're done. There's like nothing else we can teach.
They should have taken these professional heroes and said, no, y'all niggas going back to high school. These niggas just took y'all jobs.
And that's the thing. We're talking about professional heroes, right? And we already know a few of the Class A people that we would argue maybe are not on the same level combat-wise, but can do as much stuff as they can do. You get what I'm saying? Heroism-wise. Mm-hmm. Sidekicks exist, bro. So that means you're definitely better than the sidekicks who also had a paperwork. So
And,
just get this nigga the stuff, bro.
and question: what are they learning in school at this point?
Thank you.
What is there to learn?
Nothing.
They've done the full-time job already.
See, you're talking about that. To me, watching the show has shown me that there was nothing for them to learn to begin with. The professional heroes are doing so much trash. Like they don't have very good ethics, very good morals. They're like all of the shit they were telling me. They didn't teach me how to rescue nobody better than them niggas was already doing. Like there's nothing special to what being a pro hero was that showed me that these people was actually learning something. If anybody, all the supporting things, Gen Ed, the marketing people, the business folks, them niggas maybe learn something through this. How do you market a gigantic, disaster that fucking happened and make shit look like the hero still won?
What a time to be alive in the marketing department. Right. Like, hey boys, we got 100,000 heroes that abandoned society and said fuck everybody to their face. We got a new job. How do we get these niggas back? I'm like, we on. Like, imagine how much money you gonna get in the marketing department for all these niggas that quit. That said, fuck it, I ain't a hero no more. But now everything cool. They like, hey, I need a job though. You gotta get them niggas back in the good light, nigga. I'm eating. Bro. I'm like, how many niggas gonna need me? I'm out here getting people right. My nigga didn't quit. He took a sabbatical. What Drake say? I wasn't hiding from All For One. All For One was hiding from me.
Dumbass.
I'm getting niggas back, bro. Endeavor beat his kid. And his kid say the world. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm bringing niggas back.
Yeah. The only thing I say...
We are not hiring you for the marketing department.
PR. But yeah, I don't know how they even... If they decide that they want to continue this until, like, what the fuck they're doing year 2, I don't even see how the villains get more dangerous. I think we reached the pinnacle. Like, and that means, period, even the ones behind Tomorrow. We saw Redestro. Like, who else is hiding? You let them all free, and the worst one got his ass dropped. If you're telling me that Bakugo can't drop whoever else escaped, you tripping. We know Deku can't because he lost his shit, but Bakugo definitely can. He showed us he could take on that nigga by himself with one power. So,
well, the thing that sucks is we only saw the villains from Japan. There's still a whole world of niggas that could potentially be somewhere close to where All For One was.
But
I hope they about to get on a boat right now to fuck them up, because other than that, it's not gonna make no sense.
I mean, but that's the thing though. They ain't got to go to Japan. They run shit in their own country.
But what I'm saying is all their heroes are still there. You get what I'm saying? Like, the Japan lost its best hero, and then America lost Stars and Stripes, which I'm assuming was their best hero. Mm-hmm. Other than that, everybody else got their best hero. So
so that's what I was just gonna say is that I think the Stars and Stripes was to imply like, yo, ain't nobody else basically fucking with Japan. Japan got the hardest heroes, which is sad to see because them niggas.
Right. There's exactly. I'm like, there's nothing. Well, maybe Lockrock will go back to the States because we know that nigga not from Japan.
Yeah, I imagine that everywhere else is probably like a similar setup to here, except they didn't have All Might. So
yeah. But they still send them over to help. So to me, like, and then even when this is my problem that I had with the whole thing since the beginning. When the shit popped off, the other countries were like, damn, that sucks. But they weren't like, damn, this is a world-ending event. They were like, man, sucks that Japan is about to go through that shit. But they weren't like, nobody was saying like, oh, this, if they win, it's gonna affect us necessarily.
Because they said we ain't sending nobody down there because we already got enough villains already over here to deal with. That's why they said they ain't sending anybody over there. But then Stars and Stripes, she said, fuck that, I'm going on my own. I don't care what y'all say. That's the difference. Because all the rest of the world still has their own villains who might be on some other shit, while All For One was doing his thing in Japan. So for all we know, the rest of the world might also have other niggas that might be on a level of All For One or even stronger, who have just been in the background just planning their own stuff. And maybe somebody could come up and be like, all right, I'm about to take on the whole world. All For One was thinking too small because he was thinking about Japan. Mm-hmm. That's just a possibility.
Fair. I mean, I pray to God they done.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
But having them just graduate was crazy. I was like, bro, these niggas should have just gone on. But whatever. Yeah, I mean, I agree with y'all. I really hope that they find a way to close it up at this point because even if there is something next, it's just to me, it's all just going to be one big what the fuck question mark unless they find a way to bring back All for One. And even then, it's like, all right, well, the power that existed to stop this nigga is gone. So all y'all niggas really about to die. For real this time. If he come back again, what's the point of fighting? I would just be like, all right, bro. So what do you want to do?
Right.
What you trying to get done? All right, yeah, let's just go ahead. We'll figure it out.
Yep. And they also need to give Deco a new barber. Whoever cut his hair needs to be fired.
Hey, bro.
I'll say that as well.
The world almost ended. The world almost ended, bro. This is the best cut we can give you. That's the best we got, bro.
Whoever did that is a villain. That's all I'm gonna say.
The side fade that end at the
It was
corner.
probably gentle.
Don't do my boy gentle like that. You know that was Lockrock. Lockrock was like, yeah, I cut hair too. I learned how to cut hair back in America. All you hear him go, fuck. Oh, you good? You good?
Right? You know what'd be funnier too? I wish we got another scene from like the nurse chick that was healing him the whole time. Like, nigga, I told you, I really can't fix this shit. Because, you know, every time he was like flicking his shit, she was like, yo, this is the last time, nigga, you come back. I wish they would have just shown her reaction when he came up in that bitch after the last fight. Oh, so he's dead, right? I can't bring this nigga back, y'all. And she quit on the spot.
I'm like, bro, where Erie at? Erie, run me back.
Right? Give me back. Yeah.
She said, nope, I broke my arm.
You gotta regrow that motherfucker.
Also, just shout out to Lemillion. If I was him, what I would do is I say fuck Japan. I would just go to the States, bro.
Get that bread. I'm like, they missing out on their number one hero. I'm going in.
Right. Because there's no way he can't climb to the top pretty quickly with his ability. He was already up there.
Yeah, he can go anywhere.
He'll climb to the top anywhere but America. Bakugo got it on lock, nigga. Like, anybody that think you can hold your spot, you got 2 more years to hold the spot. When Bakugo drop, it's over with. Yeah. Number one. So I would be like, yo, if your goal is to be number one, you need to go ahead. Lemillion, Go, Sun Eater, New Country,
right.
Todoroki, New Country. Who else? The rest of you bum niggas can say, no, you know who good? Bird homie, New Country. You could get New Country. You could hit number one out there, bro.
Right, Tokoyami?
Yeah.
I can still see Lemillion dropping Bakugo.
And that's why you can't be his manager, because you had this nigga be a number 2 like Endeavor for the rest of his life. And Lemillion be out here beating his kids because he can't
That's fair. Because I don't even know how Bakugo made a way out of the fight with All for One. So at that point, I'm like, yeah, he definitely gonna get Lemillion.
It's not close, bro.
That's the power of BS. Well, the thing is, Bakugo has the attack power. Lemillion doesn't. Lemillion just got hands, right? In terms of his destructive capabilities.
Yeah,
but the nigga Lemillion still can't be touched if he doesn't want to.
He can be number one somewhere other than Japan. I'm sorry, bro. Just he will always be Endeavor to Bakugo's All Might if he stays. He's nowhere near close, bro. He Endeavor ass nigga. I don't want Lemillion to be his kid, man. We gotta get that man out of here.
I agree. I think he should go somewhere else. I honestly think all three. Lemillion could do it on his own, but it'd be cool to just see the big three just say, fuck it, we just gonna be an org and do that somewhere else. Like, that's just us, the three group. Because then there's really invincible because Lemillion's up there, but then you just add Sun Eater as a compliment. We don't really need the third girl, but you know, they're a group, so I just let them be.
I would watch it. I would actually watch the next shits if they like, they time skip and it's in the future and people have spread out and like got different groups that, you know, protect different cities or different countries. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be more interesting, but I mean, it's still gonna get shitty at the end.
I'm not watching them niggas in the second year of school. That's all.
Yeah. Do y'all feel like you're at a point to where you would rate the series as a whole, given that? Oh, okay. Where would y'all put it?
I think everything was good up until the last arc. If I'm gonna be honest, the last arc I feel like it dragged on much longer than it needed to be, and that kind of, in my opinion, made the rating suffer a bit. It would have been a decent as hell in my book if it wasn't for the last arc, for how long they drugged out. So I'm gonna give it a decent plus
I got mine.
because it has some good arcs, especially with that nigga overhaul. I think that overhaul arc went hard.
Okay.
I think that it should not only receive this rank, but replace it as the title. It deserves a Bleach.
Nah, bro. Cause
Fell off that hard?
we got way too many trash shows out there to put it at a Bleach level.
This is my thing. Bleach isn't in the trash category because it was trash. Bleach is in there because it was so good that it hooked everybody, and then it turned to straight up dookie after, and it hooked us into 500 more chapters of watching that bullshit bleed out slowly. My Hero has done the same thing. It came through clutch as fuck. That shit was fire. Overhaul was fire. It was ramping up. Then about the time where that nigga started getting black whip and stuff, started crashing. And it was a slow burn. We kept on going like, yeah, maybe it got hope. We kept watching. Then he started fighting this nigga all for one for 3 real life years.
You make a good point.
Fought this nigga for 3 real life years straight. And this is where we ended. Bro. And when we ended it, these niggas hit us with a time for class, bitch. Come on, man.
That is the Bleach effect. I can see that. You're right.
Yeah, that shit a Bleach.
You're right.
Yeah, I can agree with you. I think it sits as a Bleach for me. I was actually going to give it a flat decent, but the more you added to it, the more I was like, man, if that's how I treat everybody else, I got to treat them the same, which is that ending. It was a Bleach level ending, but it's even worse because it drug out. Like Bleach was just all right, and then we just ended it stupid. Like we got 5 chapters of stupidity, and then that was it. This was years of like we're still here, still not making a whole lot of sense. I mean, like we can go back to the past 3 maybe decent awards, and we always had some bad shit to say about My Hero Academia. It was like Lemillion won that award. That was probably like the high point. There was a little bit, and then after that, there was like a couple of little things, but it went off after the Lumillion shit.
Yeah.
So
years of just fighting this nigga. Imagine if they fought Aizen for 3 real life years straight, bro. We'd be like, what, nigga? The fact that they've been fighting this nigga this long, it ain't even like, we fighting his minions. Like, no, Deku been squaring up with this nigga for 3 years, bro. Come on, that's horrible. That's horrible right now. He milked that shit as far as he could.
And yeah, I agree. And then we got to add in the character stuff too, where you really sold us on the development, which they did the Naruto bullshit.
Endeavor stuff. Oh my gosh.
They sold us on development and then just flattened it out. I'm not even talking about Endeavor shit. I'm talking about the classmates. Like we were really supposed to see a certain level of progression for them. And yeah, we probably got more than Naruto, but at net at the end, it still ended up to a big crock of shit. Like we didn't really get them into positions where we want. Like, come on. Yeah, we saw a special move here or there, but do I feel like Grape Juice has changed to me? Like my opinion of him has changed from beginning to end? No. Tokoyami, no. Yeah, like the big ones I can remember. Froppy, I always stayed the same with, so I was on that type of shit with her. And then Invisible Girl is probably the one that's gotten surprisingly, Invisible Girl probably got the most character development next to Todoroki and Bako, who you could argue are main characters.
Why? Because we can see her?
I mean, we could see her. She got the ability to bend light. She became like a better character too. I think like she went from I don't do shit to like I talk now. I guess. Yeah,
she revealed the person who the betrayer. But she had some decent shit.
She did that.
Being the person that we forgot existed. You know.
Yeah. Question: did Grape Juice get any stronger at all? Did he get anything throughout the whole show?
that I can
I
remember.
mean, more balls. Pause. No Diddy.
Yeah, he could write no Diddy. He could throw more balls at people.
But we know he at those parties. We know that for sure, boy. They
Oh,
invite
yeah,
that nigga grape juice.
He came, hey, y'all, I came with my balls.
I'm here, bro.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
pulling up.
That's crazy. Didn't you say that you were going to accept the Goofy of the Year if he did not get some type of glow up? I thought I did. I feel like he said something like that before. Did he?
I gotta go back into the archives. I don't know.
I feel like he might have said. I feel like he said something like this before. He was like, "I promise y'all, if grape juice gets a come up in life, all y'all gonna accept the Goofy of the Year. If not, I'm gonna accept." I feel like he said this before.
I did say that. I said that I think that grape juice is gonna get a time skip and come up and actually be cool. I did not bet Goofy of the Year on it, bro. I did not bet Goofy of the Year on that. Y'all trying to get me.
Okay, we have to go back to the archives.
Even November yet, a nigga trying to get
That's the other crazy part is like we still, and I'll leave it at that. We can move on, but we still didn't get the time skip. It needed it. We got that light 6 month time skip, but you clarify have been talking about a time skip
for so long.
How many years? And even at the end, when they could have done the time skip, they could have just skipped the rest of their school shit and been like, "Oh, hey,
this is how it ended for people."
They're like, "No, next year." Come on, bro.
Damn, he must hate time skips. He heard me. He's like, "Oh, you think you get a time skip? Bitch ass nigga."
Yeah.
They didn't even get them niggas a summer. They didn't even give them a summer vacation. They said, "No, right. Next day."
Niggas really went to school, like you didn't just say the world.
All right.
That's wild.
All right, I'm gonna skip One Piece talking and just go straight to MVPs and Goofies because I gotta jump soon. But for MVPs, I'll let somebody else go because I said I think about mine.
So for my Goofies, I'm gonna give out Blood and Cheese, the two assassins from Game of Thrones.
Fair.
Them niggas flop. Like
big
the worst
time.
flop. If I paid up front, bro, I'd be so mad. Flop. That's just crazy work right there. And then my MVP, you know what? I think I'll go to bro from Viral Hit. I can't remember his name, but the main character is just like, wow, bro. To turn you getting bullied into money, I think is awesome. And then I commend anybody that sees something in their life and they go, I don't like that. So then they make a change. Bro got tired of being a little bitch ass nigga, became real nigga. I fuck with it. Sort of, kind of, but not really. But yeah, he did.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give my MVP, not because I highly respect this character or because I'm like, yo, I love this person, but simply because the mangaka made this person broken as hell for no damn reason. The latest chapter of One Piece, they made Bonnie go Gear 5th with Luffy.
Fair point. I saw that.
She is broken as all hell. She can basically turn into anything at this point.
Look, I'll get
she could turn it to the damn main villain of the story if she wanted to. So yeah. Oh yeah.
Bonnie.
So she's broken on way too many levels. How do you go from a character that turns into the broken character? So yeah, MVP on that one just because of the capabilities that she has.
Okay.
For the Goofy, I don't think I have a Goofy. In all honesty, that's a hard one. People haven't been flopping too much. I'm gonna catch somebody slipping though.
Right. I'm gonna slide a Goofy to whatchamacallit, P. No, I was about to say P Diddy. I was
that's an all-time Goofy.
King and Ashura versus Baki movie. Like I said, I thought it was mid, but like some of the matchup choices were a little odd. I just didn't think like they didn't do a good job building or landing on the hype at all. So I'll get at a Goofy. For MVPs, it's tough. I will probably just give it to Ainz only because I'm watching Overlord again, and that nigga still always got the plans, bro. That's it. He's just not a nigga you can fuck with. So I'll give him that. All right.
All right.
That is it, man. So we will catch y'all in the next one. Thanks for rocking out with this episode. See you later.
Bye.
Peace.